just got to wait for the stream to register being live, and then I will start sending it. Oh, I apologize on my behalf. Is RSF1 live yet? It is. It says it is, but it probably isn't. Welcome to the Twitch chat. Hey! Advert. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it, advert. Oh, it's a football advert. Oh, no. Oh, it couldn't be worse. Nah, I'm messing. Football's alright, I guess. Brings in money. This could be worse. This could be like... Yes. Oh, no. 5 seconds left of this advert. Oh, it goes on and on and on. Boom. There we go. No more adverts. We get to go for it. And I'm by myself once again. Music Rocket 73. Been here before. Probably here again. The one and only. Yes. But I don't know if Chris is going to be in the chat today. So if any of you guys want a conversation, you want to feel free to have a chat, send it and go for it. Otherwise, not going to lie, probably going to be a bit dead because on your own round spa, it's a good track. But when you're in a lobby waiting for people to ready up, that's when the problem comes. Problems to start off with, we have some red connections. That is not good. I will inform the people that are needed to know about it. I don't know who needs to know about it. Someone does. I don't know who. Great. Maybe this. Yes, possibly. I don't know. Because I'm looking at Invade with red connection. We're looking at Desbro with red connection. Just saying, it would be a twist in the action if we have some lag. Not something you want, but there's something, I suppose. Right, let's chuck this into comms, I guess. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not. But I noticed that Obi does. So I'm assuming I can. Hey, we got the RSF1 is live come up. There we go. Now the people will start coming in. There you go. There's your numbers. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? On this fine Thursday evening? Something like that. Sunny on my end, probably raining on your end. That's England for you. Great if Vinny Raid up then. We've got Old Man Z1 Tribal in today. Primus Gaming, he wasn't here last week, I don't believe. But we are missing a lot of people, I think. I'm not too sure. I believe we are. Anyway, let's wait for these people to press A after selecting their tires. Which is probably the biggest thing you can do is pick your tires, because that's what sets you up for this race weekend. Will we see some rain? I'm hoping to. Are you hoping to? Good. Right, I've got my energized drink as well of red squash. Love to see it, really. It could be worse, let's be honest. We could be waiting for fish sticks in 2023. Or, you know, the game could actually do something with before 2023 appears. Oh dear. Come on, fish. We have got all day, but... Yes. A? Possibly? No? Okay, we'll wait. I think, I don't know. Don't you love it when they have technical difficulties just straight off the bat? Let's go. That's hype right there. Well... I would normally take this time to say something interesting, but at this point, we're looking at, as you can see on screen, that's Radion and Orouge or then Radion. There you can see some corners, and I do actually have some corner names. And me pronouncing these corner names, I've got to say, is going to be some fun. That was Campus heading to Stavelot or something like that. If you put a Belgium accent onto it, I'm sure it makes sense. No idea what the Belgium accent is, though. It's probably Belgium. Anyway, moving on. Is this rare? No, that's dry, isn't it? I can't tell. I honestly cannot tell. Is that wet or is... Oh, it's this dry. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Although it might rain. This is the type of conditions where it comes to Q2 to Q3. They could see an absolute downpour here. So should we get into this one then? We got one tribal in the house. LA16 Ham. is also in Haas today, because we have no Chris, because I think Chris is also in Haas, but Chris isn't here this weekend. Mason, in the AlphaTauri, spoke to him prior to this race, because we were trying to find the lobby. That was funny and interesting one. Great Vinny in the Red Bull, after a very good performance with getting pole position last time out. He could be one to watch getting pole. Primus Gaming the Mercedes, wasn't here last week. What can he do from there? FG invade after a very bad qualifying to start himself off last weekend. Got him to get himself set up for this one, and hopefully for a better job at Q2, shall we say, because it did end up after one corner, after going out the pit lane and ended up in the wall. RSF1 Button, your Monaco Grand Prix winner, and I do keep reminding you about that, because that is one track, if you win at, you have got super respect for doing so. P9 going to XRL Cornish at the moment on track, but this guy is something else. He's won so many on the bounce now. I believe he's almost a championship leader, if not is the championship leader. So, he's one to watch. Lewis, he was new, I think, last week. Very much showing some talent at Hungary, though he did end up in the wall. He's going to be looking to make amends on that. That was quite sad for Lewis, actually. I clicked onto his onboard just as he was crashing. TYG Rogue, believe he's new to the league, not too sure about that. In the Alfa Romeo, I will make confirmation in a bit about who's new, etc, etc. Desbro, in the Red Bull, he's also out of track right now. On the soccer van tyre. Interesting how it's signed. I'm trying to think how well he did. My mind's gone blank for Desbro. I think he made... I honestly can't remember. Old Manzi is here as well this weekend. He made an absolute great show. Great talent in Hungary. So let's see how well that goes. Jamie, what about the bad luck at Hungary? He honestly was probably the driver who got the most bad luck in Hungary. All weekend he practiced. And in the race didn't go according to plan. He had a few incidences. He then had a drive through because of the VSC. As he's going off at P1. Off to say hello to the crowd. And what about Fish Sticks McLaren? It'll be one to watch this afternoon. Right, should we go on board with FG Invade? He's made it through turn 1 quite nice and smoothly, although he did run very wide, so that would lost him a little bit of time. Heading up towards Eau Rouge and Radion section. Through Eau Rouge then to well, that bit there. And then it's into Radion. Oh, wrong line through there. That almost sent him off into Narnia. Into the DRS of I'm going to find my track name now. Let's actually get some corner names going, shall we? As he heads towards this right-hander. There's a lot of yellow flags. There's a lot of traffic in that third sector at bus stop chicane. Through the fast left, through the fast right. On the exit. This isn't looking too bad as he goes through Lacombe's. Heading towards Bruxelles. I have no idea what that's called, Bruxelles. But he's ran very wide, gone for a late apex. Heading towards No Name. It's shady called No Name because it's got no name. And he's invalidated. It's okay though. It's for a confidence booster, not great, but sometimes it's not about that. As through Eau Rouge, Radion section is LA16 Hamilton. Well, I'm gonna go with Hamilton. I'm guessing it's for Ham. I'm not too sure. Might be in the football club. As he goes on Kemmel Straight. It's rain. Oh my goodness, we have got rain. I have jinxed it. Let's go. Let's see how heavy this rain is, because ideally you don't want to be out of track if it is raining. And I'll tell you what, maybe that's why Jamie has gone on medium tyres. Maybe he thinks, oh, they won't get used now because, you know, it's raining. But I would have saved the mediums because, you know what, you've got so many sets of softs that you probably didn't need to go out mediums. But that's completely up to him, and that's what his decision is. As he goes through Pouon, is there much of a grip change at the moment? Not really. As people are starting to finish off their lap times then. I say people starting to finish off their lap times. I think it's Great Vinny, isn't it? Who's out? Who's first? Definitely not, actually. It's this other Red Bull. Desbro, isn't it? But yes, we'll go with Desbro. Coming towards the bus stop chicane then. Into the last couple of corners. Round to the last corner. Hits the apex. Coming to the line. Desbro, what's it going to be? 43.9 with the wet conditions being added as well. We've got a crash already. TYG Rogue is out of Q1. Oh dear. Well, he's out the full qualifying as well. Go through this fast right. Oh my god, there's a car in the middle of the track. That's scary. Right, Exo Cornish, he goes for 43.5. Jamie, 44.0 on the mediums. Don't really understand why he's gone for mediums. Could we have a wet race? I hope so. Great Vinny. Woo. Yes, that's right. Get the fans in. Support you guys. Who are you going for? Who's your race bets already? In the Renault, though, is Lewis out of the bus stop chicane, coming towards the line. He had a car in the middle of the track, and that's probably why he's done a 44.2. Although he might be able to improve on that by quite a margin, you would have to say. Do this fast race, old Manzi. Oh, with the wet conditions, you're on the dries. It's so sketchy out of track. I feel like we might just see a few more bins in Q1, let alone moving on to Q2 or Q3. You know, the ones where they actually matter. Oh, this is why there's diff 4 though. This is for the rookie mistakes. Through bus stop, old Manzi. Out of the final corner with the DRS. He's now going to start his lap. Is he going to start his lap when it's raining? I mean, fair enough. If you want to see what the conditions are like, as into turn 1, goes in very deep. Most F4 drivers running this line. I don't know if it's on purpose, they're missing an apex, or what's going on there, but I don't think that's the line I personally want to be running. As he heads through Eau Rouge and into Radion. Fast right, then it's Radion. This is looking okay. Onto Camel Straight. This is his first lap on this tyre, I have to remind you. Out of Camel Straight then, out of Sector 1 as well, into this right-hander. Followed by a left. This is all very scary, especially these conditions. Do the fast right. Up to 7th gear, yes he does. Into the terrible corner, literally Lock-Up City. Forgotten the name of it already. And heading towards No Name. Does he validate through here like we've seen in the past? No, he does not. He successfully makes his way through. Heading towards P1 then for Old Manzi. Is this going to be a decent lap? Oh, very, very sketchy through P1. Almost lost the car there. That was an interesting aquaplaning moment. Heading through this right-hander. Flipping the curb. Personally, I don't want to touch that curb there. Don't want to touch that curb on the inside either. Heading towards here. It's right-hander. Lewis gets out of the way very late. That's caught his eye line slightly. As through this fast right. Oh, the car sliding his way through. Drifting. Sideways action here for Old Manzi. As I say that, we have got a Haas going very slowly. I think we've got a spinner. One of the Haas drivers. It could be one tribal. It could be... It would be one tribal. If there is a spinner, and if it was a spin, it is indeed one tribal. Heading its bus stop chicane. Meanwhile, this rain is really picking up here in the last sector. Old Manzi, though, coming towards. He's committed. He's going to finish off his lap time. Coming to the line. Old Manzi goes P8 at 46.1. That's how much the conditions are deteriorating here. As Fish Sticks, then, he's the next one to properly finish off a lap through this. Oh, this is such a difficult track, especially at the best of times, let alone with this condition. Do this fast right, offline, onto the curb. Very much risking the white lines there. I wasn't expecting that. Looks like it's conditions all race. I've gambled and gone for a full wet setup, worried I've made a mistake, not gonna lie. Well, fair enough. I have no idea which driver you are. As Invade has retired in the pits. Thankfully, that's not a retirement. I thought that was. Oh, sideways on for Fish Sticks. Wow. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to change camera angle. Coming to life for Fish Sticks, though. 46.1 to beat 46.5. The conditions definitely taking a turn for the worse. Yeah, I don't know which driver you are, so technically you're not showing any, like, information about that. So, yeah, you got away with it a little bit. As watching Great Infinity taking curbs. That's risky. I think you should have gone for the wet setup, personally, if it is inters. Like, don't go for a dry one unless it is really, really bad and it isn't actually a wet setup. Oh, huge mistake. Is he going to spin? Yes, he has. That's it into the wall as well for Greater Vinny. Oh, the mistake there. That could have gone absolutely endedly much worse. But luckily for him, he's managed to escape with it. Huge spin, though. Early on in the session as well. I'm surprised these guys are pushing in Q1. I mean, I know you want to feel what the conditions are like going into Q2. But do you want to push it that hard that you're going to DNF? I don't know. Looking at Old Manzi. In the Mercedes, what's his helmet like? Interesting. I think it's the same as last week. If you guys can hear and you want to change your helmets, like, feel free. I absolutely love looking at helmets. And you probably noticed that as watching the streams, etc. How could you not guess who I am? I do know now, actually. My bad. I'm gonna die. Oh, no. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, dear. Look, I only looked down. I only saw a little bit. That's my excuse. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Could I stop using the wrong camera angles, please? I want the right ones. There we go. It's looking at Fish Sticks. Oh, validation in a straight line. Unfair advantage, but okay. It's a wet setup, but I've not tested it, so it could be rubbish. If you've got friends in a party, what I'm saying, get them on it straight away. You want to know exactly how to change that setup in case you can. And there's like bits you want to change. You need to get that. If you've got people... That's what I've been doing. Personally, I want to get them doing my setup straight away. Tell me information in the race. I've got a full qualifying session ahead. They could do a full race run in the meantime. get them on it, see how it is. Creative Vinny is going to get that podium. Damn right he is. As everyone is now in the pits, we've got no on board action. One Tribal's going to go out on the intermediates. That's a bit early, but maybe it's the right call. Hey, it's all about the gambling. In Q1, you don't want to bin it, but you do want to see what it's like. As we have got, I think that's one Tribal on the track. It is indeed. Right, let's see what the intermediates are made of then. Interesting. Through this. Oh, forgetting all my words. Heading towards Eau Rouge. It's Radion. Is the intermediates the right tyre? Very hard to tell at this early point in time. They could be cold as well. But DRS is still enabled. So I'm assuming that Inters aren't the fastest compound tyre at the moment. On the Kenmore straight then. Into the right hander. We've got some people retiring and quitting from this session. Are we going to see some sideways action then? If this is the wrong tyre for one Tribal, which I believe it is. I think it's too early to go on the Inters, personally. But, like I said before, this is Q1. You're supposed to test things. See how it goes. Not really using much curb in the wet, which is fair enough. I wouldn't want to use much curb either. But I will say, we also got Graded Vinny out on track on the soft compound tyres. So, we're going to find out which one's faster. The intermediate compound tyre or the soft compound tyre? Which one's more risky? Which one's more scary? As another person retires. Into the right-handers. To the left. Touching the curb. Personally, I would not want to be touching any of these curbs. It's the last sector then. Well, now in the last sector, should I say. And it's this fast right that's caught. It's going to catch out a lot of people during this weekend. Just because it's the way that barrier is. I mean, it was much worse on last game. If anyone played last game, you know how close that barrier is. If you made one little error, you were in that wall and you were out. I know a lot of people have suffered from that in the past. Who do race in this league. But I will not name names because I'm a nice person. Jake. Right. Into the bus stop chicane. One more time. Out last corner. Let's see what the intermediates can do. Green painted tyres then. For the Haas. Onto the start finish straight. Start his lap. Can he beat a 44.9? I doubt it. But we'll find out. Heading towards turn 1 then. Should we go on board? Yes, let's do it. He hits the apex. The first driver I've seen hit an apex of turn 1. That's fair enough. And he is using ERS as well. I thought he wasn't just then, but he is. On this long start finish straight. I have no idea what uses that start finish straight, but something does. Into Radion Le Rouge. Oh no, he's crashed. He's out. One Tribal is gambled, and he's out of the qualifying session in Q1. We're going to have no drivers in Q3 at this rate. Oh, and now Graded Vinny's on the wrong command tyre as well. Graded, if you can hear me, it's Q1. Do not bin this car. Because at this rate, if you don't bin the car, you're going to be through to Q3, I believe. We've had so many retirements out on track already. And if you now bin it, that means we don't even need to do a Q2. Through Radion Nourish. Taking it very easy. Fair enough. I respect that. Oh, so unfortunate one Tribal, but to be honest, it's Q1. You were supposed to test these things out. You're the only person who has. You've got more of an information about what those intermediates can do compared to other people. You know how that setup can work. You can change that setup a little bit. Or, not saying you should do this, but you could leave the session and rejoin in Q2 or Q3 just to get a feel for the conditions elsewhere. You know, that kind of thing. Graded Vinny then. Oh, look how slow he's going on those soft compound tyres. You can just tell that he's on the wrong compound tyre. He could. This is what Joe, one of my mates, would do, is go for a little bit of a drift competition with yourself. How good of a drifter you are. As he goes through P1. Clipping curves on both sides of the track. That's fair enough. Was testing what it was like. You know what, one chap, I respect that. Oof, burn that rubber graded. Yes. Graded then. Last sector coming up. This is a horrible fast right coming up. I'm going to hold my breath through here. He's gone purple apparently. That can't be right. There is no way. Oh no, he's binned it. Careful, Graded. You don't want to lose your tyre. You will be through, you will be out of the whole qualifying. Like a few of your rivals already, if you bin this car badly. I cannot believe he's almost just lost that car completely. I mean, for a drift competition, you've already lost all your points. You've not got any points damaging that car. And towards bus stop chicane. Surely he pits to retire from this session. You don't want to lose your tyre into the way in the pit lane either. We've seen Eagle do something similar in F3 earlier this week. Won't leave any spoilers. I just did, but we don't tell anyone. As Graded Vinny then comes into the pit lane. Right, so everyone's in the pits. Should we have some race bets going on? Come on, who's going to win this race? I mean, you could say S04 Cornish. He's always been quick, and he has been winning the last couple of days. Could say Jamie. He's very good at coming through the pack. Desbro, what can he do? Lewis crashed out of Hungary. He's got pace, you know. What about Button? He's won before. He won Monaco. The hardest track to win, and he's done it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of talent in this field. Who are you going to go for? Yeah, it's raining for the race. Well, then you did the right thing. So I have just had a notification on my YouTube channel. I'm just going to check this out pretty quickly. Pretty sure it's from my mate called Ziggy. He says, how did you go from 90 to 123 subs? Honestly, no idea. But I'm very happy I did. I'll just reply to this comment. Thank you, though, for the support you gave me earlier on. You will not be forgotten. In fact, I will change that to you will be remembered in my subscriber before 100 list. There you go. Boom. There you go. Right, we're looking at intermediate things, are we? Yes, this is definitely intermediate conditions. Anyone else want to go out on track and risk yourself crashing? Or are we just going to sit here for a minute and 26 seconds? Just, you know, chill out, relax. GG on the pit. Yes. Come on then, Lewis. Are you going to retire? You're going to make us wait? What are you doing here? Is this mind games? Is this supposed to make people think, oh no, I'm waiting the extra minute, you know, getting yourself half pumped up for this one. Alright, Lewis is making a brew. Alright, fair enough. You got to do what you got to do. Oh dear. I mean, it could be worse. You could be getting drunk, I suppose. That's what? Lincoln, are you drunk yet? Are you? No, probably. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Are you drunk, sir? Or are you good? Or are you just going to leave me on no comment? That's probably even better. That's probably what he's going to do. Not going to lie. Thanks, Lincoln. I appreciate it. So we've got 20 seconds. It's taken over a minute for Lewis to make this brew. This is an absolute exceptionate brew right here. One that I want to know the flavour to. That's the first thing. Number 2 is what flavours he gone to. And number 3 is how good is it? And will this make him faster? They're my 3 points. I probably repeated one of them. We don't talk about that. Oh, there we go. That timer's run out. So, oh dear. So we've lost 2 drivers in this session, and both of them were caught on stream. One tribal crashing out early on through, well, it wasn't early on, it was quite late on the intermediate command tyres. And TYG Rogue crashed out as well. Shame for those 2, but what can they do? What can they do from that far back? One tribal making a mockery of the beautiful Belgian Grand Prix. Oh god, I'm gonna get told off for that. I didn't mean to. Promise. Don't arrest me. I'm innocent. Don't prove I'm guilty. Right. Q2 then. Only 3 drivers will be knocked out of Q2. Which 3 drivers are going to be knocked out? And who's going to be the one top of the session? Well, I can make my bet for who's top of the session. I'm going to go for a wild card here. I'm going to say Jamie's going to top this session. Then I'm going to say it's S04 Cornish. But who's on my setups? We're about to find out. Running out of drink quite quickly. I'll tell you what, how long it took Lewis to get that brew, right? He could make me a drink while he's at it, because I'm running out. Need a refill. Everyone on Inters then. We have got, hopefully, one of the best. Oh, we're down to 12 drivers. Right, something can't count. Either I can't count, or something else can't count. But in fact, we've lost 3 drivers going into QT. And someone is gambling for the softs. Fish sticks. You know what? I respect that. If you go out on those softs and actually beat everyone who's on those intermediates, you get a shout out for sure. 100%. I sure did. Yes, you did. Jamie's the first one out of track then, so technically, I'm not wrong, as it goes through Orouge and Radion. No back end out through there, save Cornish. Hey, Lewis has made his brew. Fantastic. He's out on track. Will this make him faster? That is the question on everybody's minds right now. We didn't even get on to see what brew he's got. I'm disappointed. As he goes on Kemmel Straight in the Renault. But should we watch Jamie's lap? Oh, what a save! I've just got on board for there for FG Invade. He's been in Q2 before, and he's almost done it again after 3 corners. Please, Invade, make it round this time. I don't want to see you in another wall. Not this early on, not again, please. Oh, what? Extra corners has overtaken Jamie. We've got a battle here. Mind games are plenty for the championship battle between these guys as well. DRS enabled. Fish Sticks is onto something. Fish Sticks. Hold on, he's made the ultimate call here. What? This is the shortest wet weather window I've ever seen in my life. We've had like 2 minutes of actual wet intermediates, and now it's gone back to dries. Right, hopefully we see all these cars come through this right-hander. As I say that, Axel corner's gone very wide. And we've got a crash. Desboro's out! Oof, no. It was turning dry. You could have waited. You didn't have to go out. I know you want to get a feeling as... I don't know what Axel Cornish stood. Oh my goodness me. Jamie sideways. Cornish off the track. Desboro's out. It's all going on in this in this qualifying session today. Into bus stop. Are they all going to pit? Aww. Oh, Jamie, you're not supposed to crash into the pit lane. I thought you were going to. That's why I stayed on board with you. Into P1 goes Old Manzi on the intermediates. Probably going to pit as well. Is anyone going to stay on for a lap? Is anyone on a lap? Right, we've got a Hash Drive. He's on a lap. Fish Sticks has gone out, by the way, on his Soccerman tyre straight. Primus is also out of track on the Soccerman tyres. Both those guys doing wonders for each other. Meanwhile, LA16 Ham. I have no idea what I'm supposed to call this coming to the race because that just looks complicated. Heading through Razion and Eau Rouge. Or Eau Rouge and Razion, it's one of the two. Looking okay at the moment. Lewis behind also gets through Eau Rouge and Razion. Heading out of Sector 1 though into this Sector 2. He's gone purple. He's the fastest intermediate driver out there. But he's also the first one out there. But we don't talk about that. Through this fast right though, you can just see there's no grip out on those inters. And they're definitely overheating very, very quickly. It almost looks bone dry already, to be honest. Those guys who gamble for those softs made an interesting call if it is dry for the race. If you want to be on those mediums. Which is what Axel Cornish, so I just say that, has switched on to. Interesting. As LA16 Ham has gone off the track at P1. But he's kept his lap. But I don't believe he's going to go off this. As Lewis has also validated further back. So, moving on, shall we go on to Fish Sticks then? Who is your first soccer round runner in Q2. Braving it out. One person getting knocked out. Basically, next one to crash just out. Everyone else just set a time. Yep, it does seem to be the way at the moment. Right, Fish Sticks, what can you do on those soft pad tyres? Please do not bin it. As, I tell you what, who's that behind them? It's Primus Gamer. He's going to have the perfect eye line of Fish Sticks in front. As long as they don't get too close to each other. Butter, come out, pit lane, please get out of the way of Fish Sticks, thank you. And then please get out of the way of Primus. And, I don't know. Oh, it's coming up to Radiot, that's scary. I'm sure he'll get out the way. It's the invalidation for Fish Sticks. Well, let's go have a look, shall we? Does he get out the way? Oh, he does. Hold on. We just got a bit of muck on our tyres, so a bit of rubber. Well, psychological advantage aplenty. So, Fish Sticks gets out the way of Primus as well after his invalidation. So, Primus has now gone purple sector. No one has set a lap time yet. Just putting it out there. Nobody has set a lap time. And we're done like 6 minutes of this session. Heading towards the tricky corner. The right-hander. This is the one that Lockup City. Thankfully, no knock-up this time around for Primus into No Name. Hit the apex nice and neatly there on the curbs a little bit as well. You don't want to touch those curbs until it is absolutely necessary and absolutely dry. Into P1. Touch the curb on the exit. That unsettled the car. Clip the curb again. He's on the curb. Oh, I told you about not touching those curbs, Primus, and you didn't listen to me, and that's why you almost spun off into the wall. Commentator's cursor, blame me. Right, you're not on a lap. Nobody's on a lap. So, well, we're going to have to stay on board with Primus then. So the driver we went off board with, because we thought, you know, he wasn't going to be setting it up, is actually the one who is still setting it up. He's going to his fast right-hander. Sketchy in the wet conditions. It's even sketchier with dry and wet conditions. On this straight. The back section. There's plenty of trees, plenty of forest section. I would say though, there's a few houses. You will probably see this as well on the left-hand side of this track. There's also probably some on the right-hand side. But if you want to live near Spa, the perfect place to be would be in those houses. Right, on board with Primus Gaming, come to the line. A 1:49.2, absolutely blind of a lap time. And it's the fastest lap of the session so far. Got to say that I don't think this is going to be easily beaten. Right, onto this start and finish straight as LA16 Ham kind of gets out of the way. Not really, he's kind of just parked it on the apex. Through Radion, well, Eau Rouge, then Radion. Looking clean so far for Primus Gamer himself. In the Mercedes, so he's got that psychological advantage as well. Interesting helmet design. On the Kemmel straight, heading towards this right-hander of Sector 1 complete, gone purple. Beats his own previous lap time, although I'm probably getting purple sectors everywhere. Into this fast right-hander. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there for Primus. Doesn't look like he's got much grip on board with him, but he's got to keep going. He needs to see what he can do in these tricky conditions he's got out on track. Using curbs. Maybe the curbs are becoming more usable. More usable friendly, should I say. But this is also how you tell how much people are running roll bars. Because if you can attack those curbs without losing that rear, you're running very good roll bar. And if you the minute you touch those curbs, you go for a spin, you're running too low of roll bars. Something like that. Thankfully, the Renault driver of Lewis gets out of the way. As I hold my breath, this Primus is definitely running a good start using curbs. It just was Pillon that caught him out a couple of laps ago. And it's with this fast right. Oh, there's another one that I hold my breath through. This track is so technical, it's easy to crash around here. I've had plenty of experience of it being an issue. As Lewis continues to get out of people's ways. It's his fast left. Oh! He's just not turned. Primus. That was, interesting. Right, I believe the next car to set lap time is RSF1. It might be Fish Sticks. One or two. It is Fish Sticks. Right, Fish Sticks coming through. Bus stop chicane. Out towards the line. Fish Sticks does a 44.5. Absolutely outstanding lap time compared to what Primus did earlier. The Primus was basically a half spin. RSF1 does 44.7. We're going to see some fast lap times now coming in. Who's next to come across the line? It is LA16 Ham, but he has not set a valid lap time. The following car to come through is a Renault Lewis, and he wasn't on a lap. The next car is Invade for a 43.0. That's a good lap time for Invade. That's probably enough to get himself through, considering there's only one driver will be knocked out in this session. Greater Vinny through this fast left. Looking neat. He's only got the bus stop to attack. So saying that, I believe we've got Williams with Jamie coming to the line. Yes, we do. Jamie must have validated or wasn't on a lap, one of the two. So next up, coming across the line, out of the bus stop is Greater Vinny. And he goes Peter with a 43.1. Once again, that's probably safe enough. I don't believe some of these lap times are going to get beaten by the whole field. As through Eau Rouge and Radion. Looking like a pretty good setup here for Jamie, considering it's a wet race. That's quicker than F1. Yeah, you're damn right. That 49.2 is quick. That is literally one of the fastest laps I've ever seen in my life. But saying that, Invader's come through and absolutely smashed it. Good lap there by him. Through the fast right goes Jamie. He's gone purple. He's on the move. Into this lock-up century. I don't even know what to call this corner. Can we get a name for that one? There is actually a name for this track on that corner, as he had to no name. Can we just call it lock-up corner? Primus is looking good. Are you going to go for him looking for pole then? If he's only done a 49.2, which is absolutely amazing, just putting it out there. Definitely no sarcasm included in any of this conversation at all. But is he your bet for this pole position? If he's setting lap times like that, it's got to be your bet. As through the fast right goes Jamie, purple again. LA16 Ham does a 44.2. That's 1.2 off. Lewis does a 43.654. That is so close to him and Button. Good lap time there by Lewis. Next up coming through the chicane and the bus stop chicane is FG Invade. It is in fact pitting. So next after that is Jamie in the Williams out of the bus stop chicane then. One last time for him. Coming to the line isn't enough to get himself into a good spot. A 42.4. Wow. We're seeing some fast lap times today. Even considering the track conditions. That is very impressive by Jamie, considering most drivers are in 43s, etc. Now Old Manzy, heading towards bus stop chicane. Out of bus stop he goes. Greater Vinny's first one across the line. I don't believe Graded's on a lap, and he is not. So Old Manzy then coming to the line. What's it for him? 43.8. Only 2 tenths from Lewis, but he has got quite a big gap over LA16 Ham. But I believe he's pushing on for a lap, and as I say that, through P1 it goes! Oh my goodness me, scaring the life out of me. That was a huge slide there for LA16 Ham. We're getting the saves out in this session, left, right, and centre. Right. Mason's not on a lap. Cornish is not on a lap. Who is on a lap? Come on, someone's got to be on a lap. Is Greater Vinny on a lap? We're going to find out as he goes through the fast right, through into the fast left. He is sending this car. Yes, he is definitely on a lap time. I think, anyway. Yes, he's using ERS. That's the biggest way you can tell in the steer. Into Lockup City. Out of Lockup City. Into No Name. Down a gear. He stays in gear 5. Okay, I go to gear 4 there for the extra rotation. Heading towards Puon. You want to clip this apex pretty much as neatly as that. Don't want to touch too many curbs, or that will unsettle your car into the barriers, as we've seen already today. Into this very tricky right-hander. Towards this left-hander, which is even trickier if you touch that curb. But he's avoided the curb. He's not got very much roll bar then, if he is avoiding these curbs as much as he is. Into Sector 3. Fast right. This is looking good. He's got the fuel light on as well, so he's definitely running low on fuel, which means this is a quality lap and a half. If Greater Vinny can keep this lap together, we could see him beating a 42.4 of Jamie's. But saying that, out of the last corner comes Lewis. Has Lewis improved on his lap? He has not. Right, so, Greater Vinny. Is he going to be able to improve on his lap time? Get himself out of P3, up for another position. For bragging rights, yes he can, of 42.8, 4/10 off Jamie, but he's 2/10 clear of Invade. That one position could be the difference going into this one. But we'll find out in a bit. Old Manzi, not on a lap time. However, Primus is. Primus goes P6 for the 43.6. Much better lap time for the Mercedes driver. Only... Oh, I got to do some maths here. 6 thousandths of a second off Lewis. And 2/10 better than Old Manzi in the Mercedes. So both Mercedes, P6, P7. The danger man at the moment is Extra Quarter. He needs to validate it again. Extra Quarter needs to get a lap together. Otherwise, you are going to be out of qualifying. And this could be an absolute nightmare for you, champ. Well, I think he's your championship leader. I'll check in a minute. Mason Duncan through the fast left. Into the last sector. Mason's looking good. He's gone purple as well. I think I'm getting purple sectors everywhere. I think this is a bit of a glitch. Might not be. But it could be. Jamie has retired. He thinks a 42.4 is good enough. Well, we're going to find out. Unless Extra Cornish can't stay a lap time. Mason, though, he's also in the danger zone. T10 with no lap time. He's got lap time together. He's in the bus stop chicane. He's in the perfect area to say a good lap time here. Out of the bus stop chicane comes Mr. Mason Duncan to the line. He goes for a 42.8. Only 200ths of a second quicker than Vinny. That is a very impressive lap time there. Still 4/10 off Jamie, so Jamie's lap must have been absolutely superb. As Extra Cornish is looking for the slip shoe. He's looking for every single psychological advantage he can get. 43.4 there by Lewis. I believe he has just improved his original lap times. So he's doing favours for himself. Promise Gaming's on track, not on a lap. So the next one after that is Button. Button's on an out lap. He needs to hurry this up a little bit. So who's the next one after that? It is Fish Sticks. Fish Sticks is indeed on a lap time here. And he needs it as well. He's in top 10. He could get bunched out here. LA16 Ham, who retired from the session earlier, could be in a little bit of sort of trouble here. If Fish Sticks and Extra Cornish could set a lap time, he's in the danger zone. Do this fast right, 5th gear. Into the left. Looking good so far. Is this enough to beat LA16 Ham? I do not know. In Sector 3 he goes though. With McLaren advantage. Oh, he's always clipped the curb there. That could have been absolutely horrendous. But he's kept this lap together. RSF1 Button doesn't really need to set this lap time. But fair enough if he wants to. Does need to hurry up a little bit though. Otherwise Fish Sticks, who's on an absolute charge, could catch him into the bus stop chicane. I doubt it unless Button is very, very shy. Into the bus stop. Got to hit both apexes. Left apex. Onto the start and finish straight. Coming to lines. Fish Sticks out. He is through into 43.0. And he's through into P4. So all the pressure's on Extra Cornish. He's done enough to get himself into P7. LA16 Ham and Desborough. Your people have been knocked out of Q2. That is unlucky for them. But the screaming doesn't stop here. Because through Rouge and up to Radion is RSF1 Button. He's on a lap time here. And this one probably is for bragging rights. Can he beat Jamie's 42.4? Everyone has got close to it so far that have actually given it a proper good go. Can Button do the same and beat it possibly? Through into the left-hander, through the fast right. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Out the exit comes Chris. Well, out Chris. Oh, God. Now I've got Chris stuck in my head. Into lock-up corner we go. Out of the corner into No Name. One more time. Hit the apexes both sides. Let's go. Come on, Button. What can you do for us? Shifts up early into gear 7. Up to gear 8. No, he stays in gear 7. Can't even do maths. Through Puon. Out of Puon he goes. This is looking okay at the moment. Into the fast right. To the left. He doesn't want to be beaten by medium compound runner. We're about to enter Sector 3. The most dangerous corner in Sector 3 is his fast right. Can he nail it? Yes, he can. This is looking very decent here for RSF1 in the Ferrari. I have to remind you, he has won Monaco in the past. Why remind you that? Because it's still the hardest track on the calendar, which means it's still really impressive he won there. Through the fast left he goes, flat out. 198 miles per hour. Heading towards bus stop chicane, breaking the 100 meter board. Into bus stop, hit your apexes perfectly. There's one apex, there's your other apex. Ahead for the start, finish straight, get a good exit. Yes, he has, coming to the line, doesn't even use DRS. It's a 43.4, is that an improvement? Yes, it is, he beats Axel Cornish. So he is not behind a medium compound runner. That is fair enough. Fish sticks then, here's the last one. Coming on the start, finish straight. What's Fish Sticks doing? Is he playing mind games? Is he trying to get the rest of the field? Just having mind games. There you go. I wish I could race. Me too, Chris. I wish I could have raced as well. But we are both missing our races here at Spa, so neither of us know how it went. Cornish, I'm not getting pole this week. This wet setup is horrendous in the dry. Come on, Cornish. You got this. You just got to believe in yourself. You've got to make sure you can get that car home. You've only done a 43.4 on a medium compound tyre, which is about, what, 1.2 seconds quicker, well, 1.2 slower than the softs. So you're actually looking at about the same lap time as Jamie. So you know what, that pole position is still on, Cornish. You believe in yourself. Toxic, I'm only here for this announcement. I don't do the announcement. I have nothing to do with the announcement. That's all Primus Gaming. So I have no idea what that announcement is. But I'm not doing any sort of announcement. Softs to mediums is just over half a second. Oh, okay. I am wrong then. But you got to say, with the conditions it's been, with the rain and all that and the other. So, softs. It's going to rain. Yes, sir. It is going to rain is what I've been told. Intermediates. Oh my god, it's definitely not going to rain in Q3 though. That is dry. Bone dry. Look at that Marshall. He was soaking wet earlier. He looks completely dry now. That's where you want to be. Oh, safety car. Hold up. Why is there a safety car driving down pit lane? Has that ever happened before? Am I being an idiot? There is literally a safety car going down the pit lane. Is the safety car come out of track? Eh? What? Am I going insane? That was definitely a safety car, but what? Did no one else see that safety car? I want to go on board with Lewis. Has Lewis got a safety? Why is there a safety car on track? Hello? Why is that on track? Oh no. What? I'm so confused. What is going on? Why is there a safety car on track? It's just... None of the drivers could see the safety car. This is just me who could see it. I'm actually puzzled. Oh no, I disconnected. Is that what's happened? No, I haven't disconnected. What? I'm so confused. What is happening? I think Mason's disconnected. Spectator glitch. You'd think so, but I haven't disconnected because I can still see invades coming around the track and stuff. Mason says he's lagged out, but everyone else hasn't. I don't know why I can see. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to. This game had this last season. Meme review. Got a feeling for. How am I supposed to spectate then? Oh, it was sideways for invade again here. He's done that twice. I don't understand. Why can't I see Jamie's on board in the garage? What is going on in this session? Do I need to restart my game? Or like, is this not my fault? I don't know what to do. Do I need to leave the session and rejoin? If I'm not getting Jamie's point of view of this. Is Jamie lagged out? I have no idea what's going on. On to start for this straight goes Lewis. Nonetheless, this is a driver on track and I'm pretty certain about that. Jamie said someone sent a clip of it to meme review. Alright, well, he can do that afterwards if he wants, or someone else in the chat can go for it. On to this old start finish straight. Heading through into Eau Rouge and Radion. In the fast Renault, should we say? Fast Renault? Would you go with it? Fast right is what I meant, but we'll go with Renault. It's a DRS activation point. God damn, the reaction time of that part. That ERS. Fair enough, Lewis. You were showing us all how it's done. Into Sector 2. Hitting the apexes. Oh, he's invalidated. Cut that corner a bit too much there, mate. As old Manzi then behind in the Mercedes. Psychological advantage being in the fastest car on the grid. Or as some people say, the second slowest car on the grid. Depends who you're on side of. Into lock-up corner. Hit the apex. Late apex there. Hits it perfectly. Heading towards no name. Gets it through. Nice and neatly. You might have to leave and rejoin. Seems like it's only happening for you. Leave after this session. No, if I leave after this session, it means it's going to have trouble for the race getting myself back in. Is it just Jamie that oh, we've got a spinner. And it's invade. So, see what? Why don't I leave now and rejoin? Because this is only like the first... In fact, we'll wait for all these guys to do their lap times. First lap times. I'll leave and quickly rejoin after that. So I leave after their first laps. That makes more sense to me. Oh, extra! Cornish always had a huge crash there. I'm trying to figure out who's first on track. It's old Manzi, isn't it? Through the fast left-hander. It's old Manzi then. Is it to be official pole? It should be. Because Lewis is invalidated. Into bus stop chicane. Comes old Manzi. Out the last corner. Get on the power nice and neatly. Coming to the line. Old Manzi sets a benchmark to 43.4. 43.5 even, not 43.4. Oh my god, English is hard. Who else is on a lap time? Invade, but he spun out earlier. Extra Cornish, but he also had a half spin earlier. So who's next? Mason, he's invalidated. The Ferrari driver. RSF1 button. There we go, here's the driver on a lap. What? What do you mean? What were you on about? What's chat mad at me for? What have I done? That was Cornish, not old Manzi. Eh? Oh, I don't know. RSF button's 43.3. What do you mean, chat? What? Right, I'm gonna leave the session here, unless someone else is on a lap. Because Fishstick's invalidated. He's on a lap. Oh, Manzi's not on a lap. Oh, Manzi's on a 43.5, if that's clarification for what I've messed up. FG's on a lap. I'll tell you what, I'll rejoin. I want to make sure I see Jamie's qualifying here. Spectate Manzi, and if it's Cornish, he will leave. What? What English is this? Cornish said, oh, I see now. Cornish said you need to leave. Spectate Manzi, and if it's Cornish, he will leave. I'm just going to leave the session. I'll rejoin. We'll see what happens. Cornish is English. Alright, who's like going to give me an invite? Who's nice enough to give me an invite? Right, well, I'll just join off Mason. Don't accidentally join the party. That would be a mess. This is messy from Chris. Damn right it is. Right. We've still got 6 minutes plus to go on this one. Don't trust Cornish as English ever. Right. I think we're going to get ourselves back into this one. But at least we've had some interesting laughs and etc. I don't know. But we'll get somewhere with this session, hopefully. Come on, game. I want to see what's happening in Q3. Lewis has gone fast this session with a 42.8. Why have we only got 9 people left in this session? Okay, we've only got 9 drivers. What is happening? Who are we missing? Old Manzi. We're now missing okay, old Manzi needs to rejoin. Oh, this is messy. But you don't want to restart because then you have to do the whole qualifying session again. That's just a nightmare. So you want to go on and do the session, and if old Manzi can't get back in, then you might need to restart. Completely up to you guys how you want to play this. Mason into bus stop 12. I should say that. I say it's probably up to Cornish. I mean, I am supposed to call restarts, but when it's like this, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Out of bus stop chicane comes Mason. That looked quick, didn't it? Coming to the line. Oh, Mason. No, oh, mate. Oh, my God. This is messed up. 42.5 for Mason, though. In the AlphaTauri. What a lap time that is. Get himself into provisional pole. People haven't set a lap time, though. It is Jamie himself, who is now on track. And I can finally see Williams. There you go. It's slowly sorting itself out. The only person we can't see is old Manzi. I want to know why. Lewis gets out the way there, nice and neatly, through the fast left. Oh, the car is sideways, like usual. Jamie has his setup, right? He will happily sideways and throw his car in as fast as he wants, get himself sideways as possible. And that's just his driving style. It's absolutely spectacular to watch. Ruined your tyre wear. But it does look cool. It's honestly up to you how you want to look, and he's gone for cool. Sideways every corner. Into the last sector, shall we say. After this fast right. Well, after that 4th gear right. Into this fast right now. Flat out. Scary. It's gone purple. Could we see a Jamie Pole here? XR Cornish is struggling in the session, by the way. He won last time out and the race before that. And he's ended up in 43.5. He's put P5. We might not see an XR Cornish or a Racing Point pole, which will be a huge shock and surprise. Into bus stop chicane comes Mr. Jamie. In first bit of bus stop on the exit of bus stop chicane. Coming to the line, Jamie does a 42.3. It's provisional pole by over 2/10. What a lap by your guy, Jamie. Primus, what can he do there? Out of bus stop, he's gone sideways as well now. Coming to line, only does a 43.7. He can improve on that, I'm sure he can. Great Infinity into the last sector. With the fast right. This race is going to be fun. God damn it, is Lincoln. That's the attitude we want. Funness. Wet conditions. F4 drivers. No, Chris. What more do you want? I'm joking, Chris. We love you, really. We wish you were here. Into bus stop chicane. XR Cornish is there. Okay, Great Infinity's not on a lap. Okay, I thought he was. My bad. Oh, he's gone sideways into pitting. You know what? Nice save there from Great Infinity. Into the pits he goes. Right, XR Cornish, we got on board with a lap. Can we have someone who just does a lap, please, for us? Through out of turn 1 comes XR Cornish then. Is he going to be the guy which breaks his toe of spinning and invalidating? We can actually see a lap time. Through Eau Rouge and Radion. Can he get this car settled down? Yes, he can. Out of Radion then. Up towards Camel Straight. Well, this is Camel Straight, not up towards. Oh, this English is hard. Out of Sector 1 in about 5 seconds. There you go. Now out of Sector 1. He's not gone purple. He's not challenging Jamie at this point in time. Through this fast right. Into 7th gear. Down into lock-up corner. It's not actually called lock-up corner. I'm just going to call it lock-up corner, by the way, for newcomers. Touches the curb there. That's risky into no-name. I wouldn't touch any of these curbs. He's touching every single curb. That is very risky by XR Cornish, but he's clearly running very high ride height to be able to do this. It's Puon. Gets the car settled down neatly. He's touched another curb. That curb, he touched that one. You spin off, and he's touched it and not got away with it. Cornish is actually playing with curbs here. Like, his life depends on it. I would not touch anything like this. Into this right-hander. Into the 3rd sector. Jamie's out of qualifying. He's decided he cannot get out to do another lap. Neither can Primus Gaming. Is a 42.3 enough for pole position? We are going to find out. Onto this straight bit. Flat out. Into this fast left. Out the fast left. Using some curb. Heading towards bus stop then. Into the first bit of bus stop. Lewis retires. He's had enough. Lewis retired on track, by the way. Just putting it out there. Coming to the line. Comes XR Cornish. It's a 42.6. It's not pole position. This is the first time we're not going to see a Racing Point on pole for a while. As I say, that Great Infinity was the last one on pole. But you know what I mean. XR Cornish P3. 2nd row at the moment. If no one else can beat it. I can tell you, there's a few drivers who could still set lap times here. Who could challenge that. One of them being this man. Mr. Fishsticks. Top 5 at the moment. He could beat that 42.3, you know. Yeah, one of these drivers could. So should we see how well he does through turn 1. Gets that front wheel lifted up into the air there. Airtime. Absolutely amazing. Wow, lol. Yeah, goddamn, wow, lol. Right, through into Eau Rouge. Out into Radion. Out towards Kemmel Straight. ERS is already being used. DRS being activated now. English is so difficult. Into Sector 2 then. Clipping the apex. Ish. Not really want to clip some curb there. And on that side. Into this right-hander. Stays in 5th gear. Fair enough. I always drop a gear to 4th gear. Into lock-up corner. Great Infinity's qualifying. It's out. He cannot set another lap time. He is done for. He did not make it to the cut. That's unlucky for Great Infinity. So we still got 5 cars on track unless I am blind. Who could still set a good lap time there. Through Pool goes Fishsticks. He is the leading car of them all. He is the one setting the benchmark unless Jamie's done a good enough job to keep this pole position. Though I say that, XR Cornish is the first car in front of everyone, but he has invalidated. Fishsticks made a huge mistake there. He lifted off to avoid the invalidation, because if you go off the track, if you lift off, you don't get valid. It's the same as in the race. Just putting it out, but try not to do it because it pisses off a lot of drivers around you. Weaving there is Fishsticks. And he's onto the grass. Is this lap done? Does Fishstick think he can't improve? Is that why he's doing all the sweeps? As he validates anyway. Oh, Fishsticks. You were doing so well. Who's the next driver we need to be looking at? It's FGE Invade. That's who we need to be looking at. He's done a 54.8. What a lap time that is. Heading towards bus stop chicane, then into bus stop. ERS has absolutely gone off into X. Into the last corner. Out of bus stop chicane. Out of last corner. Towards the line. Invade. 43.0 puts in P5 for now. Who's the next car to cross the line? It is the Ferrari driver RSF1 Button. Is this a good enough lap time to improve himself up the order? If so, by how much? Direct estimation point. Coming towards the line. Button goes P3 of the 42.6. Who's next up then? It is Mason. Mason goes top. I'm sure Mason just got top there. He did. Mason is pole position. Wow. What an end to the qualifying session. That was. Oh, wow. Now, that's a quality and a half. I'll take that lap time on the session on 50 miles per hour down on straights. Mason won't start first. He retired in Q1. Eh? I have no idea what that means. I usually just retire in Q1. Are you not supposed to? Is that a rule? Have I broken many rules in the past and got away with it? Oof. I'm sure you're allowed to retire in Q1. Unless he crashed out and retired, if that's what you mean. I don't remember Mason crashing out and retiring. As TYG Rogue lagged out and then is rejoined. Oh, that means he's got to have an AI at the start. Rogue's having to leave and rejoin. Same thing happened to him if he did no lap. Oh, right, I've read 2 messages there. It's a glitch if you did no lap. Yes. Well, I guess we find out then. I had no idea. We'll just go with it. At the moment, Mason's on pole from Jamie with a 42.1 compared to a 42.3 from Jamie. Button further 2/10 back in the Ferrari P3. Extra Cornish half a second back, but he's in a wet setup. That's key information we have here. Lewis is P5, 0.7 off. FGE Invade, 7/10 off the pole position, but in P6 is good luck from him. P7 going to Fishsticks. I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed with that. I think he knows he could have done better. Primus Gaming. We restart in the lobby, by the way. Because Old Mansy's left. We had... Do you want to restart? I don't know. This is when you need a K. Kind of help you guide yourself. As Great Infinity is last at the moment. I kind of want help from chat here to decide if this is a restart or not. Because we've had like 3 drivers leave the session. I don't know if they're all back yet or not. I don't know. The fact that no one said anything, which makes me think there's no restart, and the fact we're just going to go for it. Oh my god, that is wet. Right, how many drivers we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That only says 11 names. Does it? 3, 6, 9. That only says 11. Yeah, this is a huge disconnection. Can we have a restart then? If we've already got 11 drivers, I think that's a restart, personally. We should have, what? How many people were here earlier? 14? Did anyone get the grid, by the way? I didn't even really, like, get the grid. Oh dear, this is actually a bigger issue than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I think everyone is in now, but we've still only got 11 people on the top right. It says 14 on the left-hand side. What is going on in this Grand Prix? Mason is on pole position like I thought he would be. So I don't know why they thought he wasn't going to be on pole. You know what? Well, yeah, but we've got 14 drivers now. And how many people AI? Right, we've got Old Man, he's not back in. Invade, he's not back in. And Rogue, he's not back in. Only 3 drivers aren't back in. I don't know. Like, 3 drivers aren't in. That's like... We've still got 11 other drivers to do, and they can just rejoin the session. Wait, is anyone saying nothing? No one's been... Nah. Don't restart then. I don't see the point in restarting then. If we've got all the drivers in, personally, that's not a restart. Right, we're going to go with it's not being a restart. Confirmed information right there, right now. No restart. We're going to send it, see how it goes. You could have like 4 drivers out in the first lap. That could cause a red flag, whatever, etc. Mason is on pole position. What an absolute outstanding lap time in the AlphaTauri. Jamie P2 in the Williams. Well, he's something got pace. Okay, he's off the track. That poo on. Button, your Monaco Grand Prix winner, is in P3. Axel Cornish winning several races, to be honest. It's impossible to keep up how many races Cornish has won and which ones they are. Lewis in P5. Hopefully going to do a better job than Hungary. I keep reminding you of that. P6 is Fish 6 and McLaren. Top 6 again from him. That's good at least. Right. LA16 Ham is known as Tiff. He has asked me to let you know. Okay, I'll call him Tiff then. Right, Primus Gaming is P7 in the Mercedes. P8 going to Graded Vinny. Oh, it's a car off the track. Okay, we've got... oh, God. Can't even avoid each other on formation lap, let alone get into a race here. Right, we got Old Manzi P9, but he has disconnected. Tiff is in P10. P11 is Desbro. FGE Invade is also another disconnect. One Tribal P13. And then TYG Rogue. Well. Oh, this is very slow. How are you supposed to keep your tyres warm in that kind of slow pace? But the main question is, what can Mason Dunk do from the pole position with what a lap time he has? It's Jamie always spins to Kiada. Is this Mason's first pole position? I will check, actually. I want to know myself. And it's probably good to have some stats up on here as well. Right, let's go on to com stats. Here we go, here we go. F3, no, F4 even. Right. Pole position list. Cornish Jamie, Invade Scotsman Vinny. I don't see Mason on there. Is that Mason's first pole position? Yes, according to my stats list. Well done, Mason, on getting his first pole position in RSF1. Let's go for this Grand Prix of lifetimes. The wet one. Oh, this isn't a race you want to be a part of, really, is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 red lights. Drive-through penalty for Invade and 1 tribal. And away we go. What? Oh, dear, guys. You've got yourselves a drive-through. Jamie has taken the whole shot into turn 1, though. Or has he? Because Mason was looking for the switchback. It's everyone through turn 1 neatly. We're on board with extra Cornish there at the moment. Everyone seems to be through turn 1, though. There or thereabouts. Jamie takes the whole shot out of turn 1, though. He is the one on the move here. As he head through Eau Rouge and Razion. Extra Cornish is looking very racy at the moment. Is anyone into the wall further back? I don't think they are. I think they may do it through all cleanly. Mason, though, looking back up the inside of Jamie. This is early on for battling wise, but it needs to be done if you want to get up to a good point in this position. But Jamie is still with the advantage at this moment in time. Mason looking racy, though, in P2 in this Grand Prix. Still clean all further back as well. Now, further back, we've got some racing going on. RSF1 Button has made a good start here in P3 in this Grand Prix. P4 extra quarter has stayed the same position. And he's using a wet setup, so he wanted to make a better start than that. Well, this looks like an absolute slipstream fest already. We haven't even got DRS to play. We don't have DRS because it's ready. Here comes Extra Cornish off the inside to Puon. This will be an absolute superb overtake if Extra Cornish gets this one done. What a move at Puon. I cannot underestimate how hard it is to overtake at that corner. And he's just made it look easy. Oh, look at this. Lewis looking up the inside of Button now. Button is struggling in these wet conditions. He has not got the pace as the guys around him. That is obvious at the moment. I want a better camera than this. Right, Exo Cornish is P3, 1.7 behind Mason already, who's made a great start in this Grand Prix. Through this fast right, tricky. Hopefully everyone keeps it cleanly through here on their opening laps. Just going to hold my breath and hopefully no yellow flags come out, and it's exactly what's happened. Let's go, clean start. So who was that looking racing in the background? That was Fisher. Oh, huge slide there by Lewis. Great save by the lad. Round the outside goes Fishnix into bus stop. We've got yellow flags. The old Badsy's crashed out of the Grand Prix. Oh, no. Well, that's not TYG Rogue. That is. Oh, okay. It's completely messed up a glitch. Great. XRL Cornish is apparently in this Grand Prix. We've got to wait for the Deltas to sort itself out. Good luck. Damn right, Chris. Old Manzi and Invader both retired. Okay. Is this safety cars on track? Yes, it is. Oh, please, no one collect it. There's been so many incidents over the years about safety cars being on track, especially in the wet. Easy to do. I want to see the race leader. This is just the order is all messed up. Here we go. Here's Jamie. Your leader of the race currently. Apparently, it's Primus Gaming. That's completely wrong. Here we go. Now it's sorting itself out. So now we've gone through lap 1. We had one crash, Old Manzi, through that fast left-hander. Easy to do. The rear just loses out, and away you go into the wall. Right, safety car. Who was expecting that at lap 1? No one betted money on it. Just putting it out there. No one betted on a safety car. I personally probably should have mentioned that earlier. You probably would have wanted to put some money on the safety car coming out on lap 1. So, now, as the cars regroup, should we have a look to see what one tribal's penalty is? Is it a drive-through? If it's a drive-through, he's like done for. Why do I look at penalties? Right, give me half an hour to find penalties. There we go. Yeah, it's a drive-through for one tribal, so his AI jumped the start. I don't know why the AI jumped the start, but I suppose it happens every now and then. Right, Chris says, Tribal tried to serve his drive-through under the safety car, and sadly that did not pay off. Nope. It's unfortunate, because like, it wasn't his fault, but I'm sure, as he will know, it is Spa, and he has raced around Spa before in league racing. I know he has. He knows how likely it is, especially in the wet, those safety cars will come. Jamie has to be careful here with his deltas. He's had a drive-through in the past for it. He doesn't want another one. Out the bus stop chicane. Look at the gap he's got. How's he pulled out a 4.8 second gap? That's impressive, not gonna lie, on the safety car. Right, has everyone got through bus stop clearly? Yes, they have. Looking through the field. No one else pitting. So, just literally on the safety car, bunching up the field to cause more safety cars. Love to see it. Not if your name's the one tribal. Wanted that safety car one lap later. Through Eau Rouge, up towards Radion, at a whopping 60 miles an hour. Flying down here, now hitting 100 miles an hour. This is incredible speed. Oh dear. Could be worse. We could be travelling at 70. Everyone kind of leaving gaps to each other, so that's good at least to make sure no one hits each other on safety car. Easily done. And hopefully the safety car's going to come in this lap. I do want my drink refilled. My excuse to go get my drink refilled. Is that okay? Is everyone okay with this? Is everyone okay with this? I personally think you should all be okay with that. If you're not, it's not the end of the world. Yes, Lewis did ready up early. We also had Lewis retiring on track. Remember that. He's going to have some big penalties at the end of this one. Poor Lewis. I don't know if that's the second time Lewis was ready up either. So. And it's not us being harsh or anything. We have to note this down so that, etc. English, you know how it is. Just, yeah. We don't want those kind of things. Because obviously, in the wet as well, you change your setup to the conditions as much as you can. As long as part for me is on. But there's still things you can change, like your front wing. You can up that a little bit like you would in the wet. Maybe like 2.6. Or maybe upping that to what, 3, 4, 6 on that. So. What the hell was that noise? That sounded awful, didn't it? Oh, I paused right there because I heard the noise begin with, and I was like, what's this? Here we go then. Safety car lights are off. Right, I know how long this safety car restart is, so I'm going to quickly get a drink. And without further ado, I am back. See how quick I was? The safety car's not even in the pit lane yet. Here we go then. Jamie can go whenever he wants. The safety car is now in the pits. Drifting it as well. When's he going to fire up his horses here? As rear-wheel drive cars in the wet condition are about to go racing. One more time, round Spa, lights go. Jamie accelerates from the field. This is looking like to be an alright start here. Through bus stop chicane, all onto the exit. Cold tyres for the cars behind. This is going to be an interesting one if you make it through Radzi after a safety car. But Jamie accelerates, keeping his lead at a 0.9 second advantage. That's huge. And he hasn't used any ERS as well. That's key. Although saying that, in the wet, you kind of get away with that. Sideways action there by Jamie out of turn 1. Using the overtake button. 2 lower gears in the wet. That could have been chaotic. Further back, it's looking to be alright. I just want to make sure everyone gets through here safely, to be honest. 3-second penalty for X-Time Cornish already. That was a big corner cut there, but to be fair, it happens in these wet conditions. Desbro's following him suit. Oh, huge! Save it! Come on, save it, save it, save it, save it! He saves it! Rogue saves it, but there is contact. One tribal. Oh, one tribal. Is not going to be any worse in this Grand Prix. But Rogue with an absolute save of class. That's probably save of the day, not going to lie. He had that absolutely sideways. Yes, he did get hit from behind, but at the end of the day, he kept that car together. But, crucially, X-Row Cornish has already got a penalty. Mason is P2, 4 tenths behind Jamie. So I think Mason's got more pace here in the wet than Jamie does. Oh, but X-Row Cornish making another mistake. X-Row Cornish needs to get his head down. Doesn't need to worry about the mistakes. He needs to just focus here on catching these 2 cars in front, because at this rate, he's going to end up in the wall rather quickly. With this fast left. Onto the curb. I wouldn't be wanting to touch the curbs in these conditions. Out of sector 2, then into sector 3. He's off the track again. That's going to be another warning. Into the fast right. Oh, Jamie's almost lost it. Huge save there for Jamie. Is that going to let Mason come back on the edge of Jamie here? It's possible. As I'm looking in the mini-map here of all the cars going to that fast right. Waiting for the end flags. Oh my god, Mason's almost lost a car there. What is happening in this Grand Prix? There's something happening. Mason going for a late dive bomb at bus stop. Contact. Mason sideways. Extra Cornish goes up the inside of the last corner. Side by side on the exit. But Jamie keeps the advantage there. For a huge late dive bomb there from Mason. Extra Cornish gets fast up the Grand Prix. Oh my god, I can't keep up. It's turn 1 one more time between these 3. Out of turn 1. Heading up towards Eau Rouge. This is where the scary part comes. As Mason has, in fact, made a mistake through Eau Rouge. Is this going to allow Extra Cornish to come back on the edge of him? It is indeed. There's more contact. Huge contact in a straight line there. How do you leave car space? I don't know. There's been loads of contact the last couple of laps. Extra Cornish is not going to like that one bit. Mason probably, well, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. Into second sector. With the fast right. Very treacherous in the wet. As, by the way, one tribal is not serving his drive-through. He's serving his front wing. Oh dear. It could not be going worse for one tribal at this point in time. Into No Name. Jimmy's pulled out a second lead here. I don't know if Mason's got damage, because he had great pace after that contact between the leaders. Into Puon. You don't want to hit that curb, especially in the wet conditions. XL Cornish was touching those curbs in quali. He's definitely not going to touch them now. I see that though. He's still using the curb. You are a madman, XL Cornish. Into this right. Into the left. Touch the curb slightly there as Mason, which means Carrots Cornish straight away. Yep. Into sector 3 then. And Mason, no, still in P2. Jamie, though, still with the advantage. She's losing that rear again through that fast right. What's happening further back? Oh, huge save there by Fish Sticks. Oh my god, they're getting sideways everywhere. Surely that's going to put them under pressure here from Lewis, who is currently under investigation for raiding up and on the grid early and retiring on track. So he's under investigation for 2 things. Bus stop chicane, dive bomb by Lewis though. Lay on the brakes, as you do. Bit of contact at the apex. Closes the door on the right hand, and there's a bit more contact there between the pair. That forces off Lewis a little bit, but Lewis holds, well, Lewis gains the advantage there. It's Primus Gaming now going to make an attack on Fish Sticks in turn 1. Not this time round, but Primus is going out wide here. He's going to get a late apex. Going to try and carry some more momentum going onto this straight here. Meanwhile, back to the leaders through Eau Rouge. Axel Cornish is looking very quick. He's got overtake button on through Eau Rouge. He's very risky in this one. On the Kenwood straight, it's S04. He's going to think about a dive bomb into this right-hander. Not this time round. Let's have a look further back. Rogue has got off again, by the way. That's bad news for his race after a save earlier, and I believe he's now got wing damage from that yellow flag, so that's big. Oh, a bit of contact there now. That's Fish Sticks decides he's going to show it back. Primus is going to get 2 cars in one. There's contact. Fish Sticks gets sideways. Lewis is trying to get a piece of this action as well. Green and Vinny's in behind, but huge contact. I can't contain this race at all. This is absolutely mental. Bit more contact there between Fish Sticks and Lewis there. Lewis needs to get himself back into this race. He's getting himself into a rhythm. He's costing himself a lot of time at this point in this Grand Prix. Further back, Desbro looking racy as well. Into Pouon. Everyone looking to be okay on the exit of Pouon. This is where it's easy to spin up the rear. I've got to say, your closest man to a battle right now is probably Desbro, all over the back of that hash driver of... Oh, I'm trying to think of the name now. Was it Tiff? That was it, wasn't it? Right. Out of Sector 2 into Sector 3. Leaders are still separated by half a second into this fast right-hander goes to the back. Well, these guys. Big mistake there by the rebel driver of Desbro, though. He was onto the curb there massively. Shall we look back to the leaders, because why not? Extra quarter sent into the bus stop chicane. Ooh, I think I caught him the right time. Jimmy's been a mistake or something. He's been reeled in by Mason one more time. There's a crash. Desbro, like I said, was losing the rear. He's back out of the Grand Prix. And that's caused a virtual safety car. Desbro has binned it. Wait, what? That's an interesting place to park in. I don't think you can park there, sir. Although 3 wheels on your wagon, I'm not going to say otherwise. If anyone wants to complain about that, I'll go for it. Mason will get a pen for that. Which bit? Which bit you want about? There's so many incidents in this race already. Bumper cars, but that's the action we want to see. Right, Jimmy, you've gone through VSCs before. You've had penalties for VSCs before. Can you please get this one under control and don't speed and don't get a drive-through, please? Right, we go green flag. Did we get a drive-through from Mr. Jamie himself? We did not. Finally, Jamie's done a virtual safety car without getting a drive-through. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a record. Rogue can't do the same. He's got a 3-second time penalty further back. As one treble finally overtakes Desbro's broken car. He's hoping for a safety car further back. Into no name one more time. Jamie goes. He just doesn't seem to have the same kind of grip as Mason does at this point in this Grand Prix. Mason is looking very racy from that pole position, remember? Into Pouon. Oh, he clipped that curb. You don't want to clip like a... Further back, Extra Cornish has now got 6 seconds. Extra Cornish eating penalties alive here. He needs to calm it down a little bit. Otherwise, he's going to lose this race on penalties, let alone anything else. Into his fast left. If Extra Cornish just went slower and got no penalties, he'd be doing better for himself than going faster and picking up penalties. That's how it works. Into this fast right-hander. Cornish is off again. Everyone else through this right-hander is either going sideways or off the track as well. RSF1 and Primus doing synchronized spin in there, almost. Well, synchronized saving, should I say. Into this fast left, which has caught out 2 drivers in the Grand Prix so far. We haven't really had anyone crashing at Radion though, so I'm quite surprised by that. Into bus stop. On board with Extra Cornish, looking out the grip of the rear compound tyres. It's looking alright at the moment. A bit sideways actually further back. As one tribal has made an error. Come on, tribal, get yourself back in the game. There will be a safety car, I guarantee it. Just don't crash. Pushing Cornish off track on the straight. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, because was there a gap there? Was it worth going for that gap? The stewards will have to look at it. Meanwhile, on the Kemble straight, one more time. Extra Cornish, she's going to go for a lunge on Mason. Bit too far back at the moment, you've got to say. But this is the closest battle on the grid, and it is for the lead of this race currently. Everyone else just doing lap times here, trying to get themselves into a better position. And as I say that, Rogue is back off the track again. Come on, Rogue, I saw that save from earlier. You could do that corner. Oh, Rouge and Radion, he's got wing damage. Oh, Rogue, it's not going well for you in this Grand Prix, sadly. What is making that annoying noise? I don't know what it is, but it is very annoying. And it's further back. I think it's this car. Greater Vinny. I'm not too sure. It's something. As RSF and Button is 2.3 seconds behind. Extra Cornish, who has picked up 6 seconds of penalties. Button has actually got a penalty himself, though. But it's only 3 seconds. Just keep it out of track limits. It's the wet conditions. It shouldn't be that much harder in the wet. It should actually be easier in the wet because you're going slower. Anyway, into this fast right. As I say that, Lewis got himself a penalty now. Once again, though, Jamie's only got a 0.4 advantage. But is he using much ERS? He's not. Although it's like wet conditions, you could still use ERS. Cornish is looking to make a move here. Is he on? Oh, he's got another penalty. Is he going to go for it here on Mason into the bus stop? XR Cornish goes very late into the bus stop. Mason holding it around the outside. He's going to have the inside line into the final corner. XR Cornish going to screw up the corner though onto the exit. Going to go onto the start finish straight. They're going to be neck and neck, surely, heading towards turn 1. XR Cornish going for a late move again here into turn 1. Up the inside of Mason. Is there going to be contact? Somehow they... Oh, there is a bit of contact on the exit. XR Cornish is still there. They're still side by side, heading towards Eau Rouge. Finally, XR Cornish backs out. Lex Mason go for this bit of time. Heading into Eau Rouge and Radion section. These three still there or thereabouts. So Button picks up another penalty. Cornish though in the back of Mason here. Is he going to go for a move hit? There's a bit of weaving there by Mason. He could get penalty for weaving in a straight line for that. Heading towards his right hander at the end of the sector. No move this time round as Rogue has retired in the pit lane. That's a shame. He could have kept going, got some points, but didn't want them. Into Lockup City. Mason, even with his battling, Jamie still can't pull the pin. Bit of sideways action there again from Mason. One tribal, 57.6. He's got the pace, and he's proving out there on the track at the moment. He's saying there's grip out there to the guys to make them push harder, find their pace, and find the fact there's more grip out here. Jamie, though, as I said, there was a gap there. He's now put at 0.6, gaining 4/10 on Mason. This is what XR Cornish can see. You can see a gap slightly starting to form. Is Cornish going to try and make a move on Mason before it's too late and Jamie manages to pull the pin? Into the sector 3. Jamie sideways again onto the curb. Oh, XR Cornish making a bigger mistake. Again, XR Cornish making a huge mistake there. This is now given Mason advantage A, as he is only 0.4 away from Jamie. Through the fast left. Car skating all over the place. Into this right. Contact! Mason hits the back of Jamie. Oh, no. That's a shame. I hope that Mason hasn't got damage from that. They need to stop hitting each other, or else it will get damaged, and we'll have more issues later on in this Grand Prix. Come down to stewards. Out turn 1. Cheers for that, Chris. I respect the insult, lad. Heading up towards Eau Rouge then. And into Radion. These three. Who is your bet for the win? Mason, very square right out of that corner. Almost losing it completely. Further back, Fish Sticks is all over the back of Primus Gaming. Is he going to go for a move on Primus? I'm going to switch to that battle as right now, because Fish Sticks is up the inside of Primus. Into this right-hander. Fish Sticks dive bombs it. Contact there. Primus looking back up the inside. He's going to have the outside line into this right-hander. They've been in this situation before. Limited contact. More racing room left this time around though. Bit more contact. Fish Sticks saying, no mate, I'm having this position. Into his right-hander. Fish Sticks having to back out though. Runs in very deep. This is going to help Lewis catch them both back up though. Into this fast. Into No Name. Oh, a bit of mistake there by Fish Sticks. These two keep battling away. Back to leaders though. We're looking at 9 seconds for XR Cornish at the moment. And no penalties for the top two. So, penalty-wise, it's looking interesting. Should we go back to tyres? Onto... Oh, a bit of track limits there from XR Cornish again. He needs to get off them. He's back on them as I say that. Oh dear, this is not going to go well for XR Cornish in this Grand Prix. Through this fast right, onto the curbs. Onto this other straight, which I have no idea the name of. We're heading into the last sector. XR Cornish is the one on the move on the track limits front anyway. Heading into bus stop. Is XR Cornish going to think about a lunge? He thought about it. It shows better of it. Okay, everyone's in the pits. Right. Okay, this is interesting. Mason's pit. XR Cornish in the pits. Button stays out. Primus is in. Fish Stick stays out. Lewis stays out. Graded stays out. And everyone else seems to be staying out at this moment in time. But Jamie is doing the overcut. The other two around him have decided, you know what, they're going to pit. Go for the fresh ones. It is half race distance. Maybe Jimmy thinks he can get those tyres to the end. I think someone will risk it. The question is, who is going to risk it? Jamie, by the way, don't forget, the last time he did an overcut on someone at Silverstone, if you remember, he did end up crashing afterwards. Let's hope that Jamie doesn't repeat this and can actually get this car to the end. Right, what's the gap? We're looking at... Let's have a look at gap to leader. Leader, here we go. Extra Cornish and Mason, 18.8 seconds, 21.0. Let's see how that differs coming towards the end of this lap then. Let's go back to tyres, interval even, so we don't get distracted by it the whole time. Into no name goes Mr. Jamie himself. Still got 100% ERS. He could burn to be ERS. He doesn't have to not use it in this Grand Prix, but he is refusing to use any of it. It's P1. One travel, 56.8. He is now stepping up the pace because you can see the fact that people around him are starting to pit. Through P1 goes Jamie and out of P1 already. Into this right-hander. Sideways on his Jamie. Really risking the tyres in this one. You've got to feel with the amount of sideways action Jamie's had. He is definitely going to need to pit ASAP. Into sector 3. Oh, he's almost lost it. He got on the curb, but that was a mistake there by Jamie. Oh, what's the gap then? 4.8 seconds to Button, who is through that fast right-hander. Looking much more smoother as Button, I've got to say. Meanwhile, further back, this midway pack battle is going on with the Hash driver. Is it Tiff? Yes, Tiff. All at the back of Vinny. Meanwhile, Mason further back. Is he closed? That is the question on everyone's mind at the moment. 18.4. Extra Cornish definitely has. And I don't know if Mason has. Right, in the pits, here goes Mr. Jamie in the pits. Button's in the pits as well. I think everyone's in the pits who haven't pitted so far. Is this going to be a good enough stop? Byron Williams keeps himself in front. That is the question we're about to find out in the pit lane. No stop-go penalties this time round. Out of the pit lane. Here comes Extra Cornish. Here comes Mason. Into turn 1. Jamie's there. Coming towards out of turn 1. Mason keeps out in front with fresh tyres. This is going to give Mason, though, the edge here on Jamie because Jamie's going to have fresh tyres. It's going to be cold through Rouge and Radion. Jamie's having to lift. Oh, big lift there by Mason there. This is going to help Extra Cornish catch both of them here, though. On this Kemmel straight. No real move by either of these drivers. Into the right-hander. Jamie with a 0.4 gap advantage. 112, 56.6. He is showing his consistency. This is the pace the One Tribal had if he had not had his moments earlier on in the race. That's what's cost him in this Grand Prix, sadly. Right, we'll head back to interval. What we're looking at. Fish Sticks, only 1 second behind Button. 0.4 for Tiff on graded Vinny. So that battle is still raging further back. In that slipstream train, whatever you want to call it. Into P1. Oh, mistake there by Jamie there. Oh, huge mistake by Jamie, in fact. Made a bigger one. This car was all over the place. So that's definitely helped Mason catch back up to the real Jamie. He had the gap, and he's just lost it just like that. Into his left-hander. Don't forget, though, Jamie is on fresher tyres than the cars behind him. Cornish, another penalty. That is race over for Cornish, basically. He's not going to win this one today. Unless these two come together and there is no safety car. Now onto the start and finish straight. Primus, 5.2 seconds behind, is in P3 at the moment because of penalties. Now I said Button in P5. Through the fast left. Well, we've had so many crashes already today. Into bus stop chicane though. On board, by the way. I thought I'd stay on board because we wanted to see the strengths here between these drivers. As Mason is pushing Jamie around the bus stop chicane. Oh my goodness me, this is looking interesting. Cornish, 56.3. He's on the back of these two. Cornish is the strongest person out on track at the moment with a huge lap time there. Good lap time there, especially in the race. Is this the question though? Is this going to be the move for the lead of the race between one of these three? Heading up to Rouge and Radion. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Right. On the Kemmel straight, anyone going to make a move out the top 3? Heading towards into this right-hander of turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn 5. No moves this time round though. Further back. The closest guy is Tiff on graded, but once again, no move into this tricky turn 5. It's interesting just having a look through the pack, by the way. I know you want to stick to your leaders, but still got to keep a shout out to everyone who's kept their cars going for 13 out of 22 laps in this Grand Prix. Guarantee you're not all going to finish this one, but we'll find out very shortly. Drew P1. Oh, this is so tricky in the wet. The fact they can keep this car together for this long is absolutely amazing. Gotta give the guys a shout out for that. Into the left-hander. Extra quarter. She's still sitting there, but he's waiting to pounce. Waiting for a mistake by either of the top two. And extra quarter should be on him. Mason is doing the same thing about the leader at this point in time. Mason will win. Well, we're going to find out in this Grand Prix, Lincoln. Towards the fast left-hander. Mason is closing all the time, in fact, on Jamie. Surely into bus stop chicane. Mason's going to go for this. Not quite this time round, though. Oh, there's contact. Oh, that's just wrecked. Extra quarter's just racing. He's in the pits. Big mistake there by your race winner from last time out and the last couple of races. He's surely not going to win this one. Oh, that's a shame by extra quarter. He's going to come out well behind this lot. In fact, he's going to be in front of one tribal. But how far back is he going to drop? Behind Lewis. 100%. That has now let Jamie... Oh my god, Jamie's had a huge save through erosion Radion. That has definitely meant that Mason, who doesn't have to worry about extra quarters in his mirrors anymore, can just focus on the car in front. Hopefully, Mason don't actually have any wing damage from that incident. You can have lime damage and it won't come up on screen. That's why I'm pointing it out. Through Sector 1 and Sector 2 even. 56-0. One tribal says, no, that's my fastest lap. You're not having it. I'm having it. Into no name. No, that's Lock Up City. We know that name. Into no name. There we go. Get our corners right. Chris will win. No, I think Chris will win in the most amount of not turning up to races. Anyway, into Poo 1. No curves being clipped there. Luckily this time round. Right, interestingly enough, Fish Sticks is on the move here. He's caught Button at a rate of knots, and he's still catching up to Button in this Grand Prix. As Jamie's, oh my goodness me, Jamie's almost lost it through that fast left hand. That's a huge save by Jamie. What? Jamie's turbo must be falling off the cliff. He's made 2 saves in 1 lap. Surely his luck's going to run out eventually, though. If he keeps doing that kind of stuff, he's going to end up at the wall. This is going to help Mason catch back up to Jamie, though. The ERS is exactly the same. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Into his fast left. One more time. Is Mason going to think about a dive bomb here into the last corner? Not this time round. Oh, there's contact. Jimmy's been hitting the rear again. He's not going to be happy about this at all. Into the last corner. Out the last corner. Oh, mistake there by Mason on the exit. Although saying that he probably wouldn't have wanted to pass Jamie because he hit him in the final corner. Further back though, Fish Sticks still there or thereabouts. And Tiff is catching up to Great Infinity. So we've got battles on our hands everywhere. Now, Mason with the ERS being used this time in overtake. No overtake button for Jamie. Into Rouge. Oh, I can't believe these two have kept their cars going the right direction after that. Into Radion. Now into the Kebble Strait. I couldn't make it due to blisters. Well, that's just not my problem. Right, I'm joking. Into Sector 2 is Mason. 3/10 behind Jamie. This battle is going on for ages. Into this right-hander. Out the right-hander we go. Penalty again. Oh, you couldn't make it up, could you? Extra corner. She's going to get disqualified at this rate. How many penalties is on? That's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. There you go. 15 seconds. Oh dear. Mason's got a penalty! Oh no! Oh, it's all gone wrong for him. Unless Jamie gets a penalty now, it's all up to Mason to pull a 3-second gap on Jamie and overtake him. And I tell you what, overtaking Jamie ain't easy at all. Let alone pulling 3 seconds on Jamie. But it's getting past Jamie that's going to be the problem here. So, Jamie knows now, probably, that the car behind has got a penalty. So he's going to take this rather different strategy, I would say. Unless he's just going to think about cracking on, doesn't think about the penalties. Doing the fast right. Oh, Mason now using up track limits everywhere. Using up the overtake ERS button in the straight line. Fair enough, you've got loads of it to use. Don't know why I'm not using more, to be honest. Through the fast left. Both cars almost losing it. Mason's got a perfect run here on Jamie. Is he going to go to the outside of bus stop? Jamie defends the inside line, though. Into the last corner. Out of the last corner. These two still separated by nothing. This race battle is still going on for another lap. On to lap 16. Into turn 1. Mason still not looking for the gap here, though. Out turn 1. He's now using overtake button. Is Mason going to try and make a move this time round on lap 16? On Jamie, who was doing an absolute masterclass of defending. Through Rouge and Radion. Extra quarter sets a fast lap the race, but more important than that, Mason's got to run. He's on the grass. Oh my god, he's on the grass. It's over 200 miles an hour. Wow. Now heading into Spanish again. Doesn't quite make a move. There's going to be a lot of stewards requests about this battle for the lead. Just putting it out there. I did think I have to put it down to hard racing at the end of the day. Look at this fast right. Now, into Lockup City. I'm too scared to interview these guys after the race, by the way. They're going to be absolutely triggered at each other. Right, into No Name. Jamie still with the advantage after 16 laps and taking the lead at turn 1 on Mason. Mason still hasn't been able to make them lead back. Hello, A-Watt. Into Pool 1. And out of Pool 1 they go. Mason still 0.4 seconds behind. To the right-hander. You've got to say, oh, Mason almost lost the car there. You saw how sideways it got. Oh my god, this is literally going down to the wire. Into the right-handers. The curb being used on the exit. Into the, well, very scary right-hander, should I say. Overtake Buddy's got a 0.6 gap now. Mason is falling back a little bit. He's using ERS though to keep back up. Trying to get that gap back downwards. But saying that, overtake Bud also for Jamie. They're doing the exact same tactic. Both did overtake all the time so far in this Grand Prix. They're just matching each other. Primer's 4.6 further back, by the way. The gaps, I think, stayed the same. I don't know. He's got to try get within 3 seconds of Mason to get P2 in this Grand Prix. There is still a battle on for P2. And Mason has lost 2 seconds. He hasn't disconnected. No. No, 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 no. No. No, please, no. He's disconnected. No. There's no way he hasn't disconnected. He's going so slowly. Are you kidding me? Oh. I'm sure he's disconnected. It's not telling me. But it's lost 3.6. Mason disconnected. Oh. Does anyone invite him back? I'll give him an invite. It says last seen 4 minutes ago. Oh no. That's kind of... That's so sad. Primus Gamer gets past Mason into P2. The thing is, I know how this feels. I've had it done to me. It's this fast left. Button further back. Fish sticks further back. You know what, Tiff? Only 4/10 behind Graded Vinny. Still, this battle's still raging on for this Grand Prix. Oh, I'm so gutted. I'm so gutted for Mason. He was pulling out an absolute extreme battle in this Grand Prix. And sadly, luck has it that he will be overtaken by Button and then Fish Sticks. Invite him, but he's offline. It literally says last seen 4 minutes ago. Now it says last seen 5 minutes ago. I'll invite him in. Oh, into the bus stop chicane. Fish Sticks thought about a dive bomb. Didn't quite get it done though. At a bus stop. Onto the start finish straight. Button lines up Mason. Sadly, he's dropping back like an absolute stone. Now he's disconnected. Up the inside goes Fish Sticks. He has to make this one. Up the inside of Toa. Gets move done. Now Fish Sticks, what have you got? On Button. You are within 0.6 seconds. Jamie with the lead of 5.9 seconds. Into Eau Rouge. Into Radion. Further back. Still clean. Graded Vinny will be the next one to get past Mason, who has still not joined back. Ah, I can't believe this is... Oh, Graded Vinny's hit the back of Mason because he's AI. Oh. Oh, no, look who's getting involved. Tiff's getting involved. Tiff said absolute dive bomb. 2 cars in 1 go. That is the move of the race by Tiff. Wow. And into, oh, Graded Vinny's rage quit, basically. He's gone very deep. And now Lewis has got 2 cars in 1 go as well. These two are making overtakes left, right, and centre after the fact that Mason has disconnected. Grady's got damage. This is bringing X04 Cornish back into play. Oh my god, what is happening in this Grand Prix? This is crazy. It's P1. X04 Cornish is going to hit the back of Grady and Vinny if he's not careful. Through P1 on the curb, risking it all to get past Grady and Vinny. Into the right-hander. Oh, the damage that Grady and Vinny has got in this Grand Prix. Grady and Vinny with damage. Now, X04 Cornish into sector 3, gets past the poor Mason, who is already done off his Xbox. There's no point inviting someone who's done off Xbox. Fish stick sideways! Great save by the lads. Got onto that one late, but still a great save and a half. Did you ever get that big announcement, by the way, Toxic? Did you ever, like, receive that from Primus Gaming himself? Who is still in P2 in this Grand Prix, by the way. He's doing an absolute masterclass driving in the way at the moment. Button in P3 has got a penalty, so Fish Sticks is technically P3 in this Grand Prix. Jamie picked up a penalty, a bit irrelevant, unless it's a late stage car, which I doubt it being a late stage car at this point in this Grand Prix. Rouge and Radion. As the gap creeps up more. Tiff P5. This is a good forward from Tiff. And X04 Cornish further back in P7. I don't really know what the closest battle is on track, to be honest. Maybe Lewis and Tiff. Can Lewis get himself, after a very eventful race from Lewis, to be fair, he's had a lot of contact in this Grand Prix. Can he just get himself back towards Tiff in this Grand Prix with only 3 laps to go? Into Lockup City. Hold up. Hold up a minute. Grady and Vinny decides he's had enough and he's gone onto the dry compound tyres. He's definitely got the crowd support for going that one. As Lewis picks himself up a penalty. Into P1. Most of these drivers have now got penalties. Should we have a look at penalties? Because, like, why not? Oh, sideways there for Lewis. I'm trying to, like, look at the racing action and have a look at the penalties. Right, 3 seconds. Oh, it's 1.1 seconds this gap here between these two. Oh, dear. Have these two crashed? Have they... Bro, you... I shouldn't laugh, but, like... How do you hit each other? One's on dries, one's on wets. Oh, it's the way it goes, sadly. I think that means Mason wants an invite to the game. I'll invite Mason back again. Jamie, though, into turn 1. To start lap 20 out of 22. Primus Gamer in P2 at the moment. 6.1 seconds behind Jamie. 4.9 seconds is Button. But 0.8 is your P3 man at the moment of Fish Sticks. Who was looking very good for P3 in this race. Even picks up a penalty because Button has got 6 seconds. 3 seconds back is Tiff though. He's got a 3-second penalty. Lewis has got 6 seconds. Even if Lewis passes Tiff, it doesn't mean anything. And the same for Cornish, who's got 15 seconds in this Grand Prix. No matter what Cornish does here, he's going to have to just battle his way through the pack and hope for the best. Hope there's going to be some crashes. It's about crashes. Mason is probably now back in the race, hopefully. But look at the time he's lost. One try, one a great video though. I'm still surprised those two managed to come together. I have no idea how. But they managed to do so. Right, so here's the slipstream train. Come on, Tiff. Yes, come on, lad. He's in P5 at the moment. He's got 1 penalty. He could, in fact, get himself up position into P4. Into P1. Out of P1. Come on, Tiff. You can get yourself into P4 here. No bias, D. I want all drivers to do well, but in this Grand Prix, it's about wondering who's going to come where. As it stands at the moment, you've got to say, Fish Sticks and Tiff are both going to pass Button. Into this fast right-hand side of the corner. Oh, Fish Sticks made a mistake there. He doesn't want to bid it. He's the only person in this group who hasn't got a penalty. Except from Primus, because Primus is amazing. Should we have a look at, there we go. Intervals. There we go. Which we haven't even got. Brilliant. Fantastic. Love to see it. Masterclass. It's bus stop chicane. Still an RSF1 button P3. P4 is still Fish Sticks. But it's all going to come down to lap 21 out of 22. 2 laps to go then. Chris says he's doing a good job as this man in P5, as long as he don't crash my car up. But to be honest, I don't think you've ever seen P5, so he's doing pretty well for himself. Anyway, moving on. Banter. As into Eau Rouge and Radion time. Into the fast right, left. Oxford Cornish very much more aggressive through there than those two put together. I just think Mason's now done. I don't think Mason has even retaken control of his car yet. Into Sector 2. Oh, mistake there by Tiff. Out the fast, out the right, and into Lockup City. We are watching S04 Cornish because he's at the back of this train. He can see everything. Tiff made a mistake into No Name. But more importantly, S04 Cornish is on the back of Lewis now. Into Puon. Oh, S04 Cornish getting very racy. He's on the AstroTurf. Please don't fit it, S04 Cornish. He's going to go for the inside line. Surely it's going to go to the outside. He's going to go to the outside. It's right-hander. There's a little bit of contact. But S04 Cornish just having a look for now. He's not really sending it. Into this right-hander. S04 Cornish still trying to look for a way past Lewis. Lewis doesn't have to fight this. This is all about S04 Cornish. S04 Cornish gets another penalty. Oh, if it was already impossible, it very much is now impossible. As now into the fast left-hander. They all go, hopefully all safely through. We've seen many cars been here today. As on the start of the final lap then. Bus stop chicane. S04 Cornish thought about the dive bomb, but didn't quite manage to get himself far enough alongside. Now, onto the back straight. They've only got one more lap to see what they could do. P1 is Jamie on this final lap. Prime is P2, but P3, P4 is Fishstick. Still 4/10 behind. Tiff has got to get himself good point position here. Lewis further back behind and Cornish is there. But Tiff, he's the one on the move here. Heading towards Radion. Another penalty there for one tribal. Into Eau Rouge and Radion. This is looking good for Tiff if he could get past Fishsticks. And Fishsticks get a penalty. This could be massive for this battle for P3 in the podium. Into this right-hander at turn 5. Is Tiff going to go for it? Tiff doesn't go for it. Not this time round. He's still all over the back though. Into the right-hander. Oh, mistake there by Tiff. You almost bin the car. Tiff, you got to get yourself focused back down. You don't want to bin the car. And you do want to bring this car home. Fuel light is on. Fuel is running out. Further back. Extra Cornish up the inside. Off Lewis. That was a late move. Lewis comes back at him. There's a slight bit of contact there. But Extra Cornish gets the position back. As Mason gets a penalty. Into Puon. One lot more time. Into Puon. Out of Puon. Luckily they're all getting out of it. Fishsticks was lose the car. Oh my god. This is literally going down to the wire. Tiff is looking all over the back. He's looking racy. And Cornish is coming back into this as well. Now, just like a couple of corners to go in this Grand Prix. Oh, little bit of mistake there by Tiff. He runs in too deep. Extra Cornish is going to get a great run. Do this fast right. Oh, there's contact. Extra Cornish is going to put him into a spin. Oh, no. Lewis has gone through to get both of them. Jamie's coming through bus stop in the last lap. Carnage at the back of the field. Well, I say back of the field, more like top 4. Tiff has gone around, but Jamie wins the Belgium Grand Prix in Supreme style from Primus Gaming to pick up P2 in this Grand Prix for the Merc. Bo's going to get P3 in all this mess. P3 goes to fight on track, but Fishsticks gets P3. Lewis comes home with P5. Extra, of course, should come home with P6, but might get a bit of an outrage message from Tiff after that one. But we'll leave it up to the stewards and them to sort itself out. Tiff comes from P6, still in front of Cornish because of how penalties Cornish had. Mason. Heartbreak. There is nothing more you can say about Mason. Just so gutted for him. He had this one. By the way, Great Infinity is still out of track on his medium compound tire. So he's doing a very good job to keep himself going in a straight line. Yeah, Chris is not happy about the fact this house was spun around, I guarantee that much. As one tribal then through this fast right-hander. To be fair, committed for one tribal after the amount of racing action he's going on today. The amount of crashes he's had, the drive-through, the damage. The drive-through wasn't even his fault. Through the fast left-hander, but he's going to bring home the car in P9. Although saying that, we still had contact with Great Infinity. If he goes too slow, he might get a penalty big enough to go by Great Infinity. But I don't know what happened. It's bus stop, one last time. We're going to get a drift on. Or a donut or anything. No, just going to come over the line in P9. 58 seconds behind Mason. And then a further 42 seconds behind his graded Billy. But he is, to be fair, on medium quad tyre. And he is drifting away. Through the faster right. He's got damage. Oh, Vinny. Well, that was your S04 race. I got to say, that was definitely exciting. That was definitely a good one. Sad, and it has sadly ended in the worst way possible for Mason. But that last lap is something to remember. Well, not to remember for Tiff. I'm surprised there wasn't more hate in the chat about that spin, but I'm sure that some people will see it later and be like, nope, not having it. Out of the last corner. Oh, Grader gets a penalty in a straight line. That just sends up his race, really, doesn't it? P10 then. It is a point, though. It is a point. But there you have it. Driver of the day is apparently Primus Gaming. But guess what? You guys get to decide that on the Twitter. Don't forget to check out the RSF1 Twitter and get your votes in as soon as that Twitter thing, post, whatever you call it, comes up. I don't know. I don't use Twitter. But what about that man, Jamie? Well, I would say he got lucky, but you have to be there to be lucky. Because the extra quarters versus breaking point early on in the race hit the back of Mason, caused himself damage and then pitted. But I don't believe extra quarters is going to win this Grand Prix anyway because of the amount of penalties he had. Mason, on the other hand, Mason had a 3-second penalty, then had that disconnect, which is sadly so sad and so unfortunate in this Grand Prix. Thankfully, Jamie has decided to join the party without me even inviting him. That's legendary. As I invite the rest of the gang, shall I say? Hello, sir. As race director, I'm scared to look at all the incidences. Oh dear, that's quite a few. It's not too many, but it is a few. Have you guys all included your audios?
I have.
Yep.
You have? Yes. That's 2 people. What about Primus?
I don't think he's joined yet.
He's not here
Of
yet.
course he hasn't. He's probably celebrating, drinking champagne, getting it all out of the system.
I'll tell you
am I
what I'm
doing?
going to do. While I wait for you to do the other 2, I'm going to go grab a beer.
Oh dear. Cornish has got some hate in the chat, but guys, please keep it friendly. I know you're all unhappy about someone or other. You know, try and keep it calm. I'm sure 10 years from now you have forgotten about this race even happened. Oh, now Cornish is fighting back. Oh dear. Right. I don't even know who's arguing here. Oh dear. Alright, cheers. Guys, can you leave it in the chat, please? Stop arguing. The race is over. I'm sure you guys can sort out in DMs. It's just friendliness. I'm sure they mean no harm. Oh dear. Anyway, have you all included your audio? I think you have.
Yes.
Is Jimmy back yet?
Yep, I'm back.
You're back? Just in time. Wow, I'm surprised. Right, should we start off with Fish Sticks, the McLaren driver?
Hello.
That's a good way to start it, shall we? Should we just say hello? Hello.
Hello.
Twitch is now going... Oh dear. Right, well, someone's being called into their office. Anyway, we'll leave it up to the Twitch. Firstly, qualifying. You got P6, I believe? In the dry conditions.
Yep.
Were you driving a wet setup, a dry setup? Tell us, qualifying wet was a good lap, bad lap, go on.
That was a dry setup when I just raised it up a little bit. That was it. That's all I did. I tweaked the ride height. It was basically a full dry setup. I just did it. So I'm not. I like the track. I'm just not very quick at it. So, that 6th place was about where I wanted, where I thought I'd be.
So was the lap good then, or?
I could probably gone a little bit quicker, but it wouldn't have probably pushed me further up the grid. I would have probably got like maybe 5th or something. So I'm pretty
Didn't do
happy
too
with
badly
it.
then.
Yeah.
You got to take one. And then obviously, coming back from P6 to P3, I mean, yes, you can say there's been a lot of dramas, including a couple of drivers. Extra Cornish being one of the unlucky ones, Mason being the other one. And then, obviously, the penalties as well. It all came down to the last couple of laps. I'm guessing you were sweating after that.
No, I mean, I got my first warning on lap 17, so I was pretty chill. I mean, the only issues, I think you caught it a few times on the stream, was the power sliding out of a few corners. But no, yeah, other than that, it was, for me, pretty quiet after the pit stops as well. I mean, I had a bit of action in the early laps with Primus and Lewis. But yeah, that pretty just sort of sat behind button and sort of tried to keep it on the road, as it were.
Were the conditions hard out there for you today then?
I suppose, yeah, once I got used to it, first few laps, first lap was better than the restart. The restart on the safety car, getting the tyres warmed up again, that was about the worst few laps of it. After that, I just sort of just adjusted to what I had at the time, and it seemed to handle quite well, so quite happy with it, really.
So, what does this do to your championship? Let me have a look.
I think I gained like 8th place, maybe. I'm quite far back.
Fish sticks, you're behind. It's charismatic, I believe.
Yeah.
No, that's not your standings, is it?
Oh, but I think there's a point between us either way, so we're not far between us. So no,
yeah, I found it now. So the fish sticks, you were in fact in front of It's Christmas, but Old Man's was your next rival.
Alright, yeah, so
You
yeah.
were. Oh, I can't do maths. I honestly can't.
I've got 75 now, if that helps.
Yeah. So you're not if you catch up a little bit.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Old
yeah.
Man.
Edging my way there.
Yeah. So championship's looking decent. Are you thinking about that at the moment or not really?
Nah. It's all fun. It's all for fun.
Oh, for the fun.
Yeah, that's the main thing. If you're not having fun, there's no point in doing it.
I mean, okay, that's your opinion. I'll accept it for now.
Yeah.
What about the next track? Which one is it? Oh, it's Singapore.
Yeah,
No, it's
nah.
not, it's Italy.
Monza.
Yeah, that can...
Italy.
Is it
There you
Italy?
go.
Oh, it's Monza's
Yes.
not too bad. That's alright. That's better than Singapore. But yeah,
Not
that should
better
be
than
alright.
Singapore.
Yeah, it should be an alright track. So, but then again, that turn 1 is as bad as Eau Rouge, so with the dive
Yeah,
bombs.
it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be a fun race. So.
Yeah, it's probably more of a slipstream fest, but more of a wet race, I expect. Going to Italy, can have that kind of spirit. Have you got anyone you want to thank? Any more things you want to say on stream? Anything like etc. like that?
No, it's covered everything pretty much. All good.
Alright, well, without further ado, should we move on to your second place man then? In the Mercedes, Primus Gaming, no penalties first of all.
Yep.
How did that happen?
To be honest, I was coasting most of that because I could not get grip. I was in Blanchimont, Eau Rouge. I was struggling to find grip and traction. I was finding moments where I was gaining on Jamie and Mason, and then suddenly I was pushing too hard. I was losing grip. I actually, on Blanchimont, I lost control, went into the wall and smashed into a sign, and fortunately got no damage from that, but that could have ended so hairy there, but I managed to get it back on. By the way, this is the first time I've ever heard you talk, Fish. This is the first time I've ever heard your voice, so this is weird for me.
I'm not here often. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it was a difficult one. You know, this being my final season for the time being with RSF1, you know, I'm taking this to the end. So obviously my goal overall is to get to the end better than P6 in the Drivers' Championship, because that's where I finished last season. But that consistency, obviously everyone knows I'm quite fond of wet weather, so you know, my car is now literally the platypus. It's semi-aquatic, so you know. But anyways, yeah, that was a difficult race. Keeping it off the track, keeping it on the track was very, very intense. I got one warning pretty much early on, and then I just stayed there. Then I managed to close the gap a little bit to Mason and Jamie because they were battling hard, and then Mason lost connection, which I'm actually really, really bummed out with. I know P2 is amazing for me, but it would have been amazing to have seen Mason probably continue, maybe to even fight for the lead of Jamie, because Jamie then collected a penalty of his own. It would have been amazing to see that battle going on. You know, Mason could have gotten in front, Jamie could have stayed in front, or they could have both taken each other out. No one knows. But they drove brilliantly, and I got to congratulate Jamie on the win. That was brilliantly driven. You know, no matter how much I could have pushed there at the end, I was never going to catch you. But that P2 though gives me the drivers championship lead again. So you know, that's a happy days for me.
Does indeed. Pretty sure you just covered most of the things I was going to ask you anyway.
That's because I've been in comms for too long, mate. I pretty much know what you're going to ask me.
Alright, then, well, you know the next question, next track.
Monza. Good and bad memories of that track. Good. I qualified pole there on my debut season. I got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start by not even 200ths of a second. And then coming back second place, actually. I went down to last and came back second. And then the rest of the Monzas have been, you know, to be desired, preferably, you know, left and repressed. I quite like the track. It is quite difficult with the Ascari chicane. Parabolica can be a bit of an arse. Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm going to be confident going into Monza, but I'm going to be a lot more confident there than I was today.
Wow. There you have it. He's going to be quicker next race. Right. Have you got anything else you want to thank or anything like that?
I'd like to thank you for sticking it out. You know, you've been on your own. Not an easy thing. Normally you're meant to have a co-coms with you. So
2 weeks in a row now.
2 weeks in a row. So I'd like to thank you for sticking with it. You know, doing a good job, delivering a good show while you're at it, you know. So I want to congratulate you on a job well done.
I appreciate it, absolutely. We had a lot of chat on today. There were so many chat messages, so I'm quite happy that people were happy to stick around and that kind of thing. But, well, first of all, from me, thank you all for keeping it clean. Should we go to your race winner, though? Mr. Jamie, first of all, you didn't quite get the pole position. You got P2. You still happy with that, though?
Yeah, I mean, after the start there's always the plan to go around the outside in turn 1 if I didn't get pole. But I think I invalidated my first lap, and then by the time I'd done the second, there weren't enough time, so I just had to settle for it. But to be fair, to Mason doing that lap on wet setup as well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then obviously you've heard that Mason disconnected in the race after a race-long battle with you and Cornish.
Yeah, it was weird, because up Eau Rouge, he was like right behind me, and then he lagged into the grass, and then 5 seconds later he lagged out. So that's when I saw I had that 6 second gap. So I just spent the next few laps just barely accelerating, really.
Yeah, it was a shame for Mason to lag out after his pole position. But other than that, it was a perfect race from you. That penalty you got, though, was that just because you didn't care anymore? Or
I mean, I was
looking
over at the stream a couple of times, and yeah,
oh, okay.
I mean, I knew it would be alright, because with my dry setup, I was on 2-4 wings, so I knew if I parked my car perfectly throughout sector 2 and 3, then I can just get all my time back up Eau Rouge and first sector. So that was just my plan going into it when I saw it was raining. Just stick with what I've got and use the straight line speed.
Well, I guess that's the idea. Straight line speed gets you far then. And then for your championship as well, 25 points puts you up to 55. If nobody else raced since, you would beat Iskarasmic, which I'm pretty sure he didn't race anyway. So that actually puts you behind Fishnix, who is in the party currently. So you two, just putting it out there.
My season's been over since the start. Really, I didn't get enough points at the start, and now I'm just catching up.
To
Plan
be
is just to
fair,
try and get top 5.
in your defence, you know, it's only the halfway mark. There's still a lot of the season to go, mate. So don't
Yeah,
count
I'm coming
yourself
up
out.
to like the part of the calendar I like, but I don't know. I think I'm trying to look at here. I think I'm 8th or 9th, but Italy's an alright track, and then after Italy, there's a few tracks I like, but it's not much I'm confident on winning, getting points.
I'd say you're a pretty consistent driver. I know obviously you had some poor results
in
here and there,
qualifying, yeah.
but
It's
like,
like
you know,
lose concentration.
you held it. You know, good consistency today, even in the wet weather. You know, I know you struggled sometimes in races, but you know, you won. So I imagine
Actually,
this
have a fact.
could be the
this
turning
was the first time in 3 years of league racing I finished a wet race. I always just lose my focus, and I try and get on the power too quickly, and I'm backwards or in the gravel. I had my game plan, and it worked.
Or on stream, literally every lap we were like, right, we're going to be sideways this lap. Boom, sideways.
Yeah, that seemed like the thing is, because I do a lot of qualifying practice. My setups are normally built for qualifying. So my back end's never the most stable, but I make it work in ways.
Yeah, I think you got save of the race, although Rogue definitely can challenge that one because of his Eau Rouge antics, which you guys will have to watch back later, by the way.
Yeah, I had a Rogue in the party, so when he crashed out, I was just asking him how many warnings people had, what I should do, and I got very lucky at the pit stop as well, because after Mason and Cornish went in a lap before. I was like, do I go again? Then on that in lap, I think I went 7/10 off on my fastest time. So I think that's what managed to get me ahead of Mason. From there, it was just an easy drive.
Close.
I knew Cornish should get penalties. I think he ended on like 18 seconds. That's the usual, really. So you can always rely on a penalty from him.
That undercut was powerful, though.
Yeah, it was. The whole race, they were both within a second, really. But I managed to just get in front somehow. I was actually tempted to do another lap because of how much quicker I was pushing. But I kept to my game plan from the start, and it worked. But I was actually in a party with Cornish as well. Yeah, I was in a party with Cornish. I was saying that I am sorry, but I am gonna be an arsehole here. I am gonna do whatever I can to disrupt you and Mason behind me. And the same with the virtual safety car. I think I was like 8 seconds below my delta, and I just left. I said I did it to try and hold him up, so then they'd battle more. So there's a few dirty tactics, but nothing in the rules. I can't do that.
And then I had a weird safety car glitch earlier today as well.
That was weird because you were spectating Lewis, I think it was, but it was actually me. And yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was very odd. Anyway, you got anyone you want to thank after that one?
Just, I don't know, my migraine. I wasn't even going to race today, but that went, so
Yeah, well done.
it's the only thing I got to thank, really, just up the migraine.
Good job on sticking it out, mate. Tell you what, you persevered and it paid off.
Yeah, so it's normally I just lose on the concentration in the wet, and I just can't do it. I try and get on the power too quickly, because even in the dry, every lap for me is a quali lap. So it was a hard race I was used to, but made it work.
Right, has anyone got any more comments about that one, or should I end the stream, shall we say?
So it's time to end the
Alright,
stream,
then.
give you a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I could do with it. I'm up at like 5:30 tomorrow. Right, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I have thoroughly enjoyed the wet weather race tonight. We had action left, right and centre and backwards and in the wall, everywhere. Cheers for the compliment there by David about the comms. I appreciate every single bit I get about it. And if you guys are interested in turning up again for next week, same time, Thursday, 8 PM for F4, the greatest hit. I mean, anyway, see you guys again. You've got Sunday for F2. If you feel free to watch another one, that will be Monza. Slipstream Fest, Battling Fest. Hopefully we see about 4 cars wide. Probably won't end well if we do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'm going to end the stream here.